They call me the kangaroo.
Yeah. Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better ask about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, host of the show, man. Still silly sauce with the show with. Till then, it's half moon open. Sometimes go takes like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a molding. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever trade again. What is in store? Like under the seat of the driver's side floor, it's Gucci's galore. So many more from 6 in the Mars, never a more. Man, if I'm honest, the damage is done. Silly sauce, unlimited funds. Join us on Twitch for unlimited fun. J-Fig and Marcos, you waited or what?
Tobin, you two Tobin is.
Oh, thanks, Low Dog. And welcome on in, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. What's up, man? How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Not much. I see you getting some early snackage this today.
Yeah,
You're going to try and have a
man.
less hungry show than yesterday?
Oh,
Is that what you're trying to do?
yeah.
You know, get yourself prepped up?
I think we're just going to order food.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But I have to.
We're just determining that right off the bat.
Yeah, but I'm limited, so I don't know what I can order.
Listen, we'll follow your lead. Whatever tickles your fancy. You know, as long as it's not gluten free.
No.
I'm gonna have my gluten.
You got plenty of gluten. I just got glutes.
Oh,
You got
man.
gluten.
We got Trevor here today. What's going on, Trevor? You're filling in for Marcos. How are you?
It's the call up, I call it.
What a full circle thing. You used to just be finding us on Twitch, and now you are here producing this radio show.
I know, working at a gym from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. and now I'm working the main flagship show.
How do you do at a gym? Hold on. Whoa.
Well, welcome to Leroy's world.
What do you do at a gym?
I was making all those annoying phone calls you had to take anyway on your own money at your LA Fitness.
He was a collector.
Oh, okay.
But like, how did you end up finding our show? Because you're not a South Florida guy. Like, what is the origin of you finding the show on Twitch?
So I got COVID during work and stuff, and I was bored. I woke up at 5 a.m. and I found you guys, and I started streaming you guys on my TV and stuff.
How about that? And,
There you go.
and then he found his way down here to little old South Florida.
Yep.
There we go, man. Let's get to some headlines here. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know truck.
The Florida Panthers get themselves a win yesterday, 2-1 over the Vegas Golden Knights.
So somebody is on some bit of a streak
Mm-hmm.
besides the Canes.
Yes. Yeah. They're doing some good stuff right now. They need to. They got some making up to do because they're still
Everybody does. I mean, if you look at what the Heat. I mean,
Well, the
did
Heat
he have to go on a run to avoid being in the play-in tournament?
Yes, but they're not really. I would say the Heat are in a less desperate situation than the Panthers are. Like the
Because
Panthers,
they're in some capacity.
Right.
The Panthers aren't in.
the Panthers are like trying to vie for a wild card here. Like the Heat aren't gonna miss the play-in, you know, and the Heat are probably, you know, if they can TCB. You know, they and the Nets.
What? Hold on.
If they,
You
listen,
can't say that.
if they
You
TCB,
cannot say TCB with this team.
I said if.
You can't say TCB with this team at all. There is no taking care of business. They beat the best teams and they've lost to the worst teams. That is your hope they can take care. But you like to
I will
just
be-
say TCB?
I could
No.
be sitting here in April just shaking my fist at the Hornets.
Right.
What happened to you, Hornets game?
Exactly.
Although the Hornets did beat the Knicks last night, so shout out to them.
Who is, by the way, they're trying to get Wembanyama or whatever his name is.
Michael
and still
Jordan's-
beating teams.
Michael Jordan's upset. He's like, oh, why did we win?
Which is crazy. Think about that.
Isn't it crazy you have
that
like
guy.
two of the greatest winners in Michael Jordan and Greg Popovich right now, stinking up the joint, just
Yep.
tanking it up.
Well, I mean, Jordan's never been good at basketball and once he left basketball.
No.
So like to include him with Popovich.
Other than changing them back from the Bobcats to the Hornets.
Yeah.
It's about
But
his only win.
but again, to include him with Popovich,
What do you mean?
just, like Popovich has been great at
Popovich
this
is going
job.
outside.
And it's taken a turn.
Look, this is
Michael Jordan was just a great basketball player,
Mhm.
but he's never put together a team that was compete for a championship.
No.
Okay, so like you
No.
can't, yeah.
No, but he is still one of the greatest winners in sports history.
Oh yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Like his biggest highlight, I think he can remember, is like purple shirt guy and
Yeah.
LeBron. Remember LeBron when he was on the Heat when he allegedly stared at Michael Jordan mid dunk. Those are like the only
Purple
playoff.
shirt guy was a classic, though.
Oh, never to be seen again. D
We
Wade
need
vanquished him.
FPV from that guy.
Never to be seen again. Now the Panthers right now, they have 70 points, Leroy. All right. They are 3 back.
They've been 3 back for 7 years.
No
dude.
games in hand either.
There you go. So just stick it. Just twist.
I'm just letting you know.
All right.
Well, I guess technically they got a game in hand against the Rangers, but they're 4 back. I mean, of the Islanders, but they're 4 back of the Islanders with a game in hand.
Hockey, it just seems like
Which
it's so hard.
There's no
to make
4-point games, so it doesn't really matter.
It's so hard to make up points, right?
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
just seems like it's so hard. Like basketball, I mean, win loss, boom, you're there.
Yep, pretty much.
But
How you feeling, Trevor? You're a big hockey guy. Do you like the Panthers' chances of pulling this out?
Well, I'm hoping for the Penguins to collapse, but they came back from 3 goals down and won in overtime last night.
That's annoying.
It was very annoying. I'm not a fan of this head coach from the start. I said it.
Nobody is.
No, I was the only one to say it from the get-go. I said it, and they got Winnipeg Saturday night, they got Chicago, and then they got 4 days off. They got Montreal and Toronto. So it really depends what happens with the schedule and stuff. So
all right.
I just think that it's too difficult a task to right away expect a team to be successful by playing a totally different game than they've played when all the players know that way was a lot more successful than this.
Mhm.
You know, players, when a coach asks them to do something, you want to see that light. You want to see that, oh, okay, this is why we're doing this. And up to this point, the only thing a player could say that plays for the Panthers is, we were better last year.
Meanwhile, Miami Heat, they're back on the hardwood tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers. First of 2 against the Cavs down here in Miami. 7:30 is the tip-off from Miami-Dade Arena. 6:15 pre-heat here on 560 WQAM. No Kyle Lowry tonight, although there was a report in the Herald that he may be back soon. He might be back
That's Heat talk.
by next week.
That's just Heat talk.
No, Heat talk right now is he's progressing. That's what Spo gives us.
define progressing.
I don't know. He apparently says his knee doesn't, the reports are it's kind of like his knee hurts. Like he doesn't feel comfortable playing. So,
See, don't do that.
but that's what the reports are.
No, I know.
What
But,
do you want me to
but
do?
to say
He
my
doesn't feel
knee
comfortable.
hurts, I don't feel comfortable playing, means that in certain situations you could play.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
What do you want me to do? I'm not.
No, I
I'm not
know,
calling
I
him
know.
soft. I'm just telling you that's what they're saying.
I
Tobin's not a
know.
doctor. We'll say that.
That
Not
just
a doctor, dude.
that just seems really crappy. Whoever did to explain an injury like that,
Mhm.
to go and say, Kyle, he's progressing, but he doesn't feel comfortable playing right now. Like that. I mean, is that not throwing Kyle under the bus?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
what do you want to do?
No, because I don't feel my best saying that about a player that, he just doesn't feel comfortable playing, but he's a little banged up. That's crappy.
We will talk to Ron Rothstein before the end of this hour. The legend.
Oh, yeah.
First thing I got to ask him about is that Eric Spoelstra timeout in the first quarter, because I bet Ron Rothstein's had a time or two where he's been discussing with his team.
What do you think? I mean, Popovich called timeout a minute into a game. So,
it's great. That's what I think.
but it's the antics that went with that
Yes, the
timeout,
theatrics.
right? Like,
no.
like,
It's a fresh restart. That's what it is.
it's like he probably sent them on the court with one final message, and then the game started. He's like, "No, that is not what I said."
All right, we'll take a quick break. Get into some of the NFL happenings around the league, including the Dolphins' reported stance on Lamar Jackson. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Dave & Buster's month is back just in time for Hoop Tournament Hysteria. And we've got a chance for you to win a $250 gift card from Dave & Buster's. Go to WQM.com and enter on the contest page. If you win, you can go to Dave & Buster's with your gift card and have a party. All on us and Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave & Buster's in Hollywood. Ron Rothstein is going to join us in about 15 minutes. We will talk to the Miami Heat television analyst from Valley Sports Sun, and, of course, the former Miami Heat head coach, the inaugural Heat head coach.
The OG.
The OG.
There can only be one OG.
35 years of the organization. So always love talking to Ron Rothstein here on the program. But the big news yesterday in the sports landscape, Leroy, was franchise tag day. And I would say around 3 o'clock, the Ravens announced that they are going to place the non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson. So he is eligible to negotiate with other teams. Those teams would have to give up 2 first-round picks, and the Ravens do have the right to match any deal. But they basically said, go see what your market is, Lamar. See if anybody out there wants to pay you what you want to be paid.
You do realize that this has never happened in this sport, that an MVP and a franchise quarterback gets the non-exclusive tag to be able to go out and negotiate with other teams.
Pretty crazy.
It's never happened.
Yeah, I believe you.
And I'm just stunned that basically Baltimore keeps doubling down. And I'm stunned. Like, I don't know if I would give Lamar Jackson the same amount of money as I would give Deshaun Watson, just because I think Deshaun Watson can play quarterback the way he does a lot longer than Lamar Jackson. And it's proved by him being banged up and stuff like that. But for what he's done for that franchise, it should never have gotten to this point.
Yeah, well, like, I get what you're saying, but, you know, for a guy in Lamar Jackson, for what he has done, and especially, like, you know, with the things that were around Deshaun Watson before they signed him, and also the fact that he hadn't played football in basically 2 years.
Absolutely.
Of course, Lamar Jackson looks at that and says, how am I not worth what that guy's worth?
Right. And you look at, I mean, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones got a contract.
He got paid.
Daniel Jones got a contract before Lamar Jackson.
Does it make anybody feel different about the Tua 5th-year extension now, or the 5th-year option for half the price? Because it should.
I mean, I think you should always pick it up. But like, what's the point? Like, you should always pick it up. I think they should have already picked it up.
Well, they didn't with Daniel Jones. Like, that's the
right.
thing. Like, that's
right.
And I look, part of me gets it. I mean, you had a new head coach.
Wait. Daniel Jones ain't Tua.
No, he never had. He had not
Daniel
had a
Jones
year.
hadn't done anything until this year.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, the idea that you have an opportunity to get Tua at a guaranteed discount, should whatever. The way the price of the quarterback is going right now, you wouldn't want to have that safety. It just doesn't make sense.
To me, it just seems like teams are playing a dangerous game because they always think there's a better option out there. And sometimes you have to take the best of what's available and work with it. Like, I don't care how good or bad or how long you think Lamar Jackson is going to last or play or whatever. But for the Baltimore Ravens, give me a person who's better.
Yeah.
What are your options? And that's the thing that I think teams have to individually decide when you look at the Dolphins, okay, and see who are you going to get that's going to get rid of the ball that quick and be that accurate. I get the injury part of it, but from that standpoint and leading the league in those statistics, you're not going to find another guy that can do that. So for $25 million, I can lock him up for another year, or I can wait and maybe have to pay $40 million.
The report that came out yesterday around the Lamar Jackson thing was from Jeff Darlington, who tweeted out. And now this is interesting because it does surround a flurry of Lamar Jackson tweets, but I do feel like the Dolphins stand out a lot differently than the other teams. But Jeff had tweeted out, obviously very plugged in with the Dolphins. The Dolphins will not be pursuing Lamar Jackson or any other starting quarterback this offseason. Multiple team sources tell me, as one source said, quote, Mike fully believes in Tua is the perfect fit for his system.
Right. Right. Like we just assume that all of these players are interchangeable. You know, like, ooh, if he's great here, he can be great here. And sometimes the circumstances of your offense or your defense helps you be successful. And there's nothing wrong with that. But to sit here and say that, or for anybody to think that Tua is not elite at what he does, and he fits what Mike McDaniel does perfectly, you're crazy. You're crazy if you don't see that.
I just think the thing that's weird about it is that's all he's been saying. He said it since the season has ended.
Right.
He said he spent the first 6 months of the job convincing anybody that he was good. And by the way, I do think it's very important that the Dolphins are as loud and as public. If they truly mean it, they need to be as loud and public about their commitment to Tua as anybody.
Well, because he started off the way his career started.
It was awful.
And now you do have to show that you are committed to him.
Because you have a week now where like everyone's obviously going to put 2 and 2 because Lamar's a hometown kid, which is really the only thing that you would plug him into the Dolphins because assets, money, their quarterback situation right now, there's really no Lamar Jackson tie there. There's not.
Right.
In fact, the Dolphins don't even have the means because you have to, if you sign a guy as a free agent who has the franchise tag, you have to have 2 first-round picks to do it.
Right.
So either 2 things would have to happen. If there was some crazy Lamar, they would have to trade for him.
Right.
Or they would have to wait until after the draft and then give the next 2 first-round draft picks to make it happen.
Now, question, when they give him the non-exclusive tag, does he have to sign it before he can go?
I don't think so.
Talk to other teams because you know a lot of times when guys get franchised, they still hold out.
No, I think the tag is like you designate him with the tag and then he eventually signs it for his salary. But I think you're allowed to.
Okay, I got you.
You know, once you get matched, they have to do the whole swapping of assets and things like that. But yeah, the Dolphins
do you think Lamar Jackson could play anywhere, and would you give up 2 first-round picks?
I would for some of the franchises that I see not pursuing him.
Right.
Like the thing that was interesting is like a lot of people do think that Lamar Jackson's being colluded against because of these owners don't want what happened with Deshaun Watson's fully guaranteed deal. They don't want that to become the norm. And obviously Lamar sees that and every football player would want that to be the norm.
Sure.
You know, like that's only natural.
Especially if we play the same position.
And some of the teams that publicly came out with reports were the Falcons, the Panthers, the Commanders. Raiders are a little wishy-washy right now. You never know with that Mark Davis. He's a bit of a wild card.
He would be great with the Raiders, though. He's the perfect. You look great in the silver and black.
I agree with that. I think that would, but it's like all of those teams, and then they put the Dolphins listed as a team that want to pursue. But the Dolphins have a quarterback that was a Pro Bowl alternate last year. Like the Dolphins
when healthy.
Yeah, but like that. But his season was at a point where he was a Pro Bowl alternate last year. The other teams don't have quarterbacks,
right?
So. Yeah, there's something that seems like it's going on there. Like, why would all of these teams in the same amount of time and the same spectrum of time yesterday have this whole, we're not pursuing them? Why? You talk about in this league when people are hard up, you're getting senior citizens.
No information. They usually play it close to the vest.
Yeah, it's just it's a strange thing that's going on there. We'll take a quick break. We will get back into Lamar Jackson, but we got to talk to the coach, Ron Rothstein, get into some 15 minutes of heat. But you guys can text in your thoughts on Lamar and the Dolphins' lack of interest in going after him at 305-567-0560. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. The channel is Miami 560 WQAM. Back with Ron Rothstein after this.
We are
This is 15 minutes of your Miami Heat.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Miami Heat back on the hardwood tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers at 7:30. You can, of course, hear that game right here on 560. Preheat with Alejandro Solana gets going at 6:15. You, of course, always can watch your games on Valley Sports Sun, and their coverage gets going today at 7 o'clock with their pregame show, and you will be, of course, be able to watch the coach right here, Ron Rothstein, on your halftime postgame coverage. Ron Rothstein joining us on the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop over 1,500 Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Coach, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
We're good.
We're good.
First thing we wanted to ask you, Ron, early in the game against the Atlanta Hawks on Monday, like 4 minutes in, Eric Spoelstra had seen enough. Your team just gets off to a terrible start defensively. As a head coach, what goes into those moments where you're just like, right out of the gate, we need to regroup because I hate what I'm seeing here?
Frustration. You get frustrated real quick. You really do. And me, Spo's much better at it than I was. He keeps it relatively even keel. I would develop anger. He might develop anger. He doesn't show it. He's cool.
I mean, it has to. I mean, when is the quickest you've ever called a timeout? Because it's like Spo was looking onto the field like, guys, we literally talked about this 3 minutes ago. And how frustrating is it when, as a coach, I mean, I've had coaches yell at me that, hey, we just talked about this and you screwed it up a second later. How frustrating is that?
Well, your message is not getting across. They're listening, but they're not hearing.
Right.
It's like looking but not seeing. And as you know, as former players, if your mental approach slips just a little bit, you get to the major college football, you get to professional football, professional basketball, your margin of error is not very big. And, one of the biggest things, other than taking care of your body and being physically fit, is your mental approach, and that controls and drives a whole lot, as you know.
Ron, how do you like these like 2-game sets that has become more popular in the league? Like, I do imagine that Atlanta's going to come out with a haymaker after you just beat them just a couple of days ago. These are all very high stakes games. It's almost like little mini playoff series because you're jockeying for playoff standings. So how challenging do you think that is for Spo to not only, have to game plan for the same team back to back in the same situation, but also have your team have the same energy because we just handled these guys a couple days ago?
Well, you're right. It is sort of a playoff situation because human nature is the team that loses becomes a little bit more desperate and the team that wins becomes a little bit more complacent. And that's what you have in the playoffs. And the only thing that really overcomes that is superior talent. Over the course of 48 minutes, you have, in an NBA game with over 200 possessions, you have a lot of time to mentally gear yourself back up if you don't fall too far behind. And the way the game is played today with the 3-ball, what used to be a 10-point lead, the equivalent now is 20.
Right.
So if you look up, you say you got a 20-point lead. No, you don't. It's like having a 10-point lead. You see what happens in the fourth quarter. Some of these games, 18-point, 17, 15-point leads just wipe right out and teams losing. It's not a sprint, an NBA game, and the season is not a sprint. They're both marathons, and sometimes it takes a little bit more focus to get yourself into and get your body going the way it's supposed to, and have you doing the things that are important to your team. The basketball is a game. You could probably say this about any other sport, but I think basketball is a game of moments. There's a lot of moments, and the more moments you don't miss, the better chance you have to win.
Coach, we got a really great game from Victor Oladipo last time out, who has had his moments this season, but after coming back from this most recent injury, was struggling a little bit. What did you like from what you saw from Vic? And do you think this is something that he can sustain? Because, just the skill set that he presents could be just such a big boost to them come playoff time.
Well, I have no way of knowing if he's going to be able to sustain this. We certainly hope so. Obviously, only time will tell. But the fact that he did perform that way is encouraging because he had been struggling a little bit. To see him step forward, I know for a fact how hard he's worked to get himself back into the rotation and get himself back into being able to physically perform. I think there were times where he tried to do some of the things he used to do, but he wasn't quite there yet. It takes a lot of game reps to get you really ready to be who you really are. And there's no set number. Everybody's different. And you don't know when it's going to happen. But it has to happen organically. What I like about it is the fact that he has put in so much time and so much effort and gone through the struggles. To see it evolve the other night to what it was is very encouraging. Hopefully he can sustain something like that. If he can, it's a major plus for us.
Coach, I hate to say it, but we all talk about the importance of the three-point shot. And is this team going to be able to move forward being so up and down shooting the three, or are they going to have some more consistency? And the last couple of games, it kind of looks like, they've shot the ball a lot better, but in order for them to have any success now and in the future, is this going to have to continue? Because I don't think they can win just making twos.
Well, let me put it to you this way. There isn't a team in the league that can win just making twos. And I'll tell you why. It's because the number of threes that are taken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The low number per game. Let's say you have 100 possessions, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Maybe a little bit more. Where you have the ball. Okay? It's one half of the court. And you're shooting at least 30, somewhere between 30 and 40 three-point attempts. That's somewhere between 30 and 40% of your attempts at the basket come from three. You better shoot decent percentage. Now, if you're not going to shoot those and just stay inside the three and shoot 90%, well, can you win with twos and get into the foul line? I think so. But that's not the way the game is played.
Right.
Players are going to shoot threes. Teams are going to shoot threes. So if you want to be good, you better make your fair percentage. Now, the other thing that goes along with it is the number of times you get the ball into the paint and kick it out for an open three or a one more pass. In other words, penetrate, kick, and that guy swings it one more to a guy on the three-point line. Let's call the paint touch three or a spray or whatever you want, draw and kick, whatever you want to call it. The percentage of threes that are made is significantly higher than the number of threes taken when the ball does not touch the paint. Now, the last 5 games, even though we're only 2-3, but we did win the last 2, our three-point percentage off of paint touches has gone up considerably.
Mm-hmm.
There's an uptick. So that's really, really encouraging. Last year, we shot almost 38% from three. We were number 1 in the league. Our field goal percentage on threes from paint touches was 49.6%.
Jeez.
Do the math.
Right.
So you know how important it is. And I'll tell you what, our guys all year long have done a great job of getting the ball into the paint. We have missed so many open, good looks that we made last year, maybe it's starting to come around now.
Coach,
Let's see.
Coach, how hard do you think that struggle has been? Not only for Spo, because you got to always rely on your players and keep the confidence in them, because Max, Gabe, Tyler, they're all good shooters, but also Jimmy and Bam, who are like a lot of the catalysts, that stuff in the paint. Like, how hard is it for your star guys to trust their shooters and to Spo, even though you get to this far of the season and you feel like you're executing the play well, but the shots just don't go down?
It's difficult, but sometimes life isn't easy. You gotta go through the hard times. You gotta work your way through it. You gotta find a way to make it work. Give it your best shot. There's no magic pills. There's no magic wands. You have to trust your work. You have to trust your habits. Because if you don't, what are you relying on? What are you going to lean back on? What do you have?
Your hard work? I don't know. What is the thing you have, Leroy?
There's nothing.
Yeah,
like
if
you've put in time and work to get to a certain point, and you get there and it doesn't work, you just got to keep going. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Like, this team knows they have shooters. They know they can shoot. We've seen them shoot the ball. And like, Coach, you think sometimes they get a little hesitant because they haven't had success shooting it?
No. I think sometimes we pull the trigger a little too quick. But that's easy for me to say.
Right.
I'm not a dumb coach anymore. I'm a really smart guy in the broadcast. I got all the answers. I haven't lost a game, and I'm undefeated in 9 years.
Coach, what has been the thing? 35 years has done a lot of great reminiscence. I love the Andy Ellisberg inside the Heat, but like, looking back, that's a it's a long run now as a franchise. What has been the thing you've loved the most about this year? Getting to reminisce a little bit to you guys starting this whole thing up.
Well, I got a chance to film those little vignettes, each of the 15 wins. I don't know if you've seen them.
I have. I've enjoyed them.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, I got a chance to do that, and I was actually going to do it in two different sittings. But when I sat down and started, we knocked out all 15 in one day in about 3 or 4 hours. But I just enjoyed what was going on, reminiscing, because there were so many losses. The wins were so enjoyable. I wanted to go back and enjoy those moments. But it was, it's been a great run. This is a great franchise. It's a franchise that a lot of teams in the league have tried to copy, and they've set a standard of excellence. It's highly unusual to have one family who's owned the team the whole time.
Right.
That's the Allison family. And, they have a guy like Pat running the show 25 plus years. That's also, that's unprecedented. You don't see that. So there's a reason why this franchise has had such stability. And, there's 7 of us here from day one. 6 of them never left. I left for 8 years, 9 years, or whatever it was. But I was fortunate enough to be able to come back. And it's a special place. It's a special organization. No one's perfect. You do the best you can. You make mistakes. You try and correct them.
We appreciate the time, Ron Rothstein. You guys can catch Ron tonight on Bally Sports Sun. Heat and Cavaliers tonight, 7:30. Their coverage gets going at 7 o'clock. We always appreciate the time, Coach. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Coach.
Great talking to you guys. Take care.
There you go. Ron Rothstein, the GOAT.
Hey, he's funny, man. He like, I think they pull the trigger too quick. I mean, because like, how many times during the course of a game where somebody yells, "Shoot it!"
Yeah.
Right? Like,
he is right though. Like those kickouts that like it's such a more effective play than the guys who are just getting up there, pulling up.
Right.
It's it gets everybody moving and gets things wide open. So look, it's been good the last 3 games. Hopefully, like you said, what did we put it out? Did we put it at 5 games before maybe we believe it?
Yeah. I think one of the things that a lot of times people don't understand about athletes is I don't care how perfect the thing you're doing is. If it's not working and you're a competitor, you immediately try something different, even if that is your best chance of winning. So you throw it in the paint, it gets kicked out or turned over, or you miss a shot, or shot clock violation or something like that. It's human nature to just come down as soon as you get an open shot, chuck one up. That and it's just, it's the constant grind on a day-to-day basis that these guys go through. Even as coaches, think of a coach. You're like, we were 40% last year. I'm looking at the tape. We're getting the same open shots. What do we do? And Spo's like, we got to just keep shooting it. I don't. Everybody's getting their
Would be
open
nice
shots.
if there was a magic pill, though. I mean, that would be great.
I mean, maybe it's starting to turn around. I think sometimes just in sports, and this is not, you compete against other teams. This is on your other team, on your own team. Sometimes you get so comfortable with your role, you don't think that you could be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
And so what ends up happening is that either the contract makes you feel that way, or say, for example, a Pro Bowl or an All-Star game or something like that makes you feel, okay, this is my spot. And you kind of have to go about it a little bit different. You still have to put the work and understand it's your spot, but don't think that the organization and especially Spo won't put somebody else in if you're not doing the job.
We appreciate Ron Rothstein for stopping by the show. We'll take a quick break. Hour two coming up next.
Listen to WQA.
Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Chris Sims can go to hell. Tua Tonga Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour two of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM, taking you up until 2 o'clock. We are streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. You guys can come watch the silly sauce. Miami 560 WQAM is the channel. Leroy, can you give a weather update here from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm? Your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
Let me just say this.
Hmm?
There is not a cloud in the sky,
Very nice out.
and the sky was falling last night. It rained so hard by my house.
Did it? It rained?
Poured,
I don't think it happened around my house.
poured.
Hmm.
And now there's not a cloud in the sky. It's got to be like 84, 85 degrees. It's been hot, folks. It's been hot. The clouds collect during the, as the day goes on. And the wind is coming out of the east. Look at the plane.
Where's it at?
To your right. See it? Just right in the bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is. Some of that.
And I would
Not
say
that
the
quick.
winds are about 10 miles an hour. Other than that, it's a little warm, but beautiful day. Beautiful start to the day.
That's you too.
What?
Hey, listen, guys. All right. If you love metal music, let me tell you about something. All right. You guys want to fire up that Odyssey app. If you love metal music, the biggest weekend in metal music is coming to Daytona Beach, May 18th through the 21st. Rockville. We're giving away 2 passes for the entire weekend, plus a camping pass. And you guys could be there to see Tool, Slipknot, Avenged Sevenfold, Pantera, Rob Zombie, and a whole lot more. Go to the Odyssey app, log in, and listen to WQAM, or go to WQAM.com and listen. You get 1 entry for every hour that you listen. The more you listen to WQAM, the more chance you have to win. Rockville, Daytona Beach. Just listen and pile up those chances. And those tickets are courtesy of
Rockville.
Boy! Let's get
So wait, you didn't try to sneak one by me. That's what I was
I
waiting.
know. I'm trying to, let's see. I was trying to move the show along today
Okay.
with some. I'll give you guys a fake band if it is fake. Later
Listen,
on.
I'm gonna tell you like this. You want to get off the phone with Ron, but you ain't gonna tell him.
What?
You let him go as long as he want to go.
Would never cut off Ron Rothstein.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Never cut off Ron Rothstein.
That interview can last an hour. We listening because he's
it's just wisdom.
yes,
It's just you're becoming basketball wise.
yes.
I learned more, anyways. I learned more from Ron Rothstein.
And if you ever had a conversation with him in person,
That dude, swagger. Like
Yes.
he embodies swag. He walks into that to that media room before the pregame press conference. Let me tell you something. Every time doesn't start until Eric Spoelstra sees Ron Rothstein. He goes, Ron. It's like a comfort thing for Spo. He sees his guy, Coach Ron Rothstein, right there, and then we're all set to go. Anyway, your headlines here brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
we know trucks.
Cool news. Mike Pouncey is going to sign a 1-day contract to retire as a Miami Dolphin.
Cool.
So shout out to the former Dolphins center. 7 seasons here. I believe he made 3 Pro Bowls, Leroy. I believe he's the highest draft, at least at the time. Maybe somebody's passed him since. But he was at the time the highest drafted center of all time. And a twin.
Not usually. Not. I don't think anybody's fast.
I don't think anybody
Because
has.
a lot of times teams will draft a guard that plays center because you can move them around.
That is what they did this. They didn't draft a guy, but they signed Connor Williams this year. They moved him,
Right.
made him a center.
Did
a good job.
Usually you have say you'll have, say, maybe 3 or 4 guards, 1 or 2 centers, but a couple of those guards can play center in case you get in a pinch. So, yeah, or even in college, sometimes they'll move a center. They'll move a center to guard.
So that's cool. Shout out to Pouncey.
Shout out.
I don't know if you're going to the Ring of Honor, but you know what? You'll do some meet and greets.
He'll probably be a Ring of Honor for the 2000s Dolphins when you look at it.
I don't know who's getting the Ring of Honor.
There's
the
really,
only guys,
there's really nobody.
I think the only guys who have arguments since Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas, the only guys are Cam Wake,
Yeah.
and maybe Xavier Howard.
Ricky Williams is on line 1 right now.
Too late.
Nah, not gonna
Too
do
early.
Ricky
Too
Williams.
early for Xavier Howard.
No, way too early. I'm just saying. I'm talking about
now.
I'm talking about since JT and Zach, who can go the Ring of Honor,
Cam
the
Wake.
greatest of the greats.
Cam Wake.
Cam Wake.
Doesn't Cam Wake lead the franchise in sacks?
No, I can't imagine he passed JT. I can't imagine he has. Oh, look.
I mean, he played most of his career here.
He did play for the Titans for a minute, though.
Nah, did he?
Eh.
Was it literally a minute?
It was a minute, as I like to say.
No, he's actually 50 sacks behind Jason Taylor.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's an overkill. 34 sacks behind Jason Taylor.
No, but it just seemed like he didn't play as long as Jason.
No, well, he started in the Canadian Football League, you know?
Right.
Undrafted by the Giants first, then went to CFL.
So yeah, I would say him, number 2 all time in sacks, probably Cam Wake, maybe Xavier Howard.
At some point.
At some point.
But if you're gonna say that, then you can throw in. There's a couple other guys you can throw in.
Like who?
Who would I throw into there?
Talking the Ring of Honor, the last 2 guys who got in are Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Actually, the last.
Is it Clayton and Duper? Was
They're
the
up
last
there.
one?
They're up.
No,
there.
I think. Oh, they're up there, but
Because I remember that was a Monday Night Football game versus the Eagles.
No,
and
the last guys that went up were Jason and Zach. Like those are the last guys who went in the
Who
ring.
can I
The
think
Marx
of?
brothers were up there already.
Who can we think of? Man, you're right.
I know.
it's tough times.
Hard times, dude.
You're right. Like
Hard
we can't
time.
even like.
Obviously, 2
First
will
of
be
all-
up there.
First of
One
all,
day.
the more incredible thing is you haven't had anybody play long enough with the franchise. The only guy who's played a substantial amount of time is Denny. Everybody else, nobody, you know,
John Denny?
Yeah.
He actually should be up there.
nobody's played. Think about it. Who's the last guy that played 10, 12 years for the Dolphins?
Man, it's a long time now.
Right, that's
This
what I'm
day and
saying.
age.
And so that's part of the problem that when I think, like, even when I say Cam Wake, I'm thinking Cam Wake played a lot longer than he actually did.
Mhm.
So I can't think of
I think Cam Wake for sure is an argument to be up there.
yeah.
For sure. I mean, you're number 2 all time in sacks in the
Right.
franchise's history. But it's slim pickings. It's slim pickings.
Not even a Pat Surtain.
No.
No.
Close, but no. That's
Right.
why I'm saying it's a tough. It's not like the Ring of Honor is a very high distinction for the Dolphins, but
Right.
also
Yeah.
it's also been hard times lately.
I could tell. It's as I look at from 1,000 feet above, it's like hard times.
also
But
been
I would
hard times.
say that that's part of the issue is that your franchise will turn around and you will be more consistent as a franchise when you have guys who
For
have
sure.
the potential to get to the Ring of Honor. Like you've always had that guy. You've always even go back from even before Dan Marino. You've always had guys that you knew them as Miami Dolphins.
It's good point by Schmeath and Schmelder, who says Laramie Tunsil should be in the Ring of Honor just solely based on what his trade turned into. I would argue Laramie Tunsil deserves a statue. That dude brought back a haul.
That dude, bro, he brought back. the Hall.
He is the golden goose, the golden bong,
They put in that statue right next to the Marino statue.
right next to it, dude, with the gas mask in hand. There's a helmet in one hand, there's a gas mask in the other, and then just a list of all the assets that he brought back with his trade.
and just across his shirt to go, yes, I did.
And the Eagles should put a Sam Bradford statue so we get a first-round pick.
What else we got? Oh, Byron Jones, he's officially going to get released, Leroy. We all knew that was coming.
Come on.
We knew that was coming.
Now, I would say this. It would have been made more difficult if he wouldn't have said how hurt he was.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, he never healed. He never recovered, I guess.
Apparently, I think I read in Barry Jackson's column, I think he stopped even trying rehab by August. Like it was just he couldn't, too much pain. And he's not apparently in that even that much better of a place.
Right.
Now.
It is tough, man, when you realize, like, we just make the assumption, and I tell you this all the time. I just made the assumption, oh yeah, I'll have a little off-season surgery and be done. So I had elbow surgery or finger or something like that. And then after like my 10th year, I had my shoulder done, and then I had to have my knee done. And July came, and I was still walking with a limp. I'm like, no, thank you.
The Bear reported, according to a source, Jones's improvement and recovery after his March surgery and the ankle Achilles surgery suddenly stopped in August. He never felt comfortable enough to play, and his situation hasn't improved.
That's a Barry Jackson saying. That's a Barry Jackson saying.
Never felt comfortable.
Guys, yeah, he didn't feel comfortable playing.
Honestly, he did it.
But there's a big difference in I feel uncomfortable playing and I can't play. Right? Like there's a big difference.
You think
when you say somebody feels uncomfortable playing, you're insinuating that if he was tougher, he could play.
Interesting. I see what you're saying. Well, yeah, but like if I get what you're saying.
He's walking with a limp.
He's in pain.
That's not uncomfortable playing.
So
he can't play.
You would prefer it because he can't play,
right?
Or too painful to play,
right? Because you're going. Because look, when I say to you, oh, Kyle, if I say this, Kyle Lowry has a bone bruise. These things take forever to heal. How you go about it is differently than if I say Kyle Lowry's knee is banged up and he's uncomfortable playing right now. Like you just look at Kyle Lowry totally different just by those words with the same injury. So yeah, when you say a player is uncomfortable playing, you're insinuating that if he was tougher, he could play.
Is it a possibility though for Kyle? Because we've talked about injuries and wanting to come back and whatnot, but is it possible for Kyle where it's like, am I going to go through this pain for you guys to play me 20 minutes a game, not start me or not have me close games? Like, is there a difference there? Or do you feel like there's, with the money he makes, professional honor, like he's going to play if he can play?
He's never been that guy, right? He's never been that guy that just,
he's never been in that situation though.
Right.
I mean, he's been. I guess you get. He had to revamp his career a little bit once he went to Toronto, but once he went in Toronto, he was one of their dudes. Like he was one of the faces of the franchise.
He was a pillar for them.
I don't think. And I think with this organization and how these guys are with each other, I don't believe that. I don't think that he's saying, "Oh, I'm only going to play 20 minutes." I think most of these guys are whatever I can contribute, and they've always.
Because his role was like
this organization has always been that way. Even the players have always been that way.
But even before his injury, his role was being diminished. Like he was not closing games. He was not playing fourth quarters.
But let's put it out there now. His knee's been bothering him for a long time.
Yeah, I would say probably
that could be. And here's sometimes, and I've said this about all athletes, is that sometimes you have to take the attitude, I'm not playing until I'm 100%. Because if I go out there and give you 50% and we lose, you're going to look at me as a bum without understanding what I'm doing to be on the floor or on the field. And so a lot of guys weigh the options and is like, no, I'm not doing it. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, that's what I'm asking though. Like, it's sucks
because
it is so speculative.
Yeah,
it's just tough because it's like if you already were in a position where your role was being diminished, you were in trade rumors, you weren't producing because maybe you were banged up. Do you push through it to come back to just look not like yourself? Like what's the risk reward there for him?
I think as a competitor, you're trying to get back so you can prove that last version of what people saw wasn't you. And so that's what kind of drives you, that you don't want the people's last image of you is playing the sport that you've been playing your whole life looking like that. Right. And so as a competitor, you fight through it. Like the athletes already have a unique attitude. Right? They already have a unique attitude with how they go about things, how they train, how they, prepare for all these games or whatever profession you're in.
Mhm.
And so to just say that sometimes we kind of look through their eyes with how we think it is, and taking away that extreme intense competitiveness. So I don't think that he would be wearing, oh, why would I go back? I'm only playing 20 minutes. Like, that doesn't sound like the competitor that we've seen out of Kyle for a number of years.
We'll take a quick break, get back into your Miami Dolphins and their quarterback situation. Lamar Jackson, he has the non-exclusive franchise tag on him, but reports are shooting
Nobody
down.
is at 100%, Leroy. Stop making excuses. I'm not making excuses for him.
You just straighten facts.
Right. Like I don't know, but there's certain things, and this is where we all make these assumptions when somebody says we're hurt. And that's why I think as a organization or as a reporter, you have to be careful with how you put that news out there.
But here's the thing though. Like, the one thing I would say about the Heat,
he has a toe boo-boo. That's how they put it out
yeah,
there.
that's the
It
thing.
could be
Like,
broken.
look, I love the Miami Heat, but man,
Right.
the way they handle injuries like a lockbox, that's what's gonna happen. Like, it leaves this room for speculation and rumors and fodder, because what do we get? We get Spo saying same process,
Right.
making progress.
Right.
It's the most vague terms that are out
Yes.
there. Like,
No,
that happened
so
one
we
time
have-
with Goron, where it's like, Goron coming along, season over. Justice Winslow coming along. And like, sometimes you don't know. Like, that whole Justice Winslow thing was crazy because we didn't know Justice Winslow was like dealing with depression and didn't want to rehab the way that he was. Like, sometimes, and so I get it. There has to be that room where you're kind of just protecting secrets or stuff that we don't know.
Right.
But it also does leave this window sometimes where you're like, all right, well, what is the deal there? All of a sudden we just don't know. It's a little bit less weird because he is at the games now, but like, even the first stint of this, like, Kyle wasn't even at the arena.
Right.
So
would you like to leave on a little parting gift?
yes.
Game Boy 305. If I were to look through Kyle Lowry's eyes, all I see is a glazed donut.
Point for Twitcher.
After this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. The Renaissance Festival is back, Leroy. We have 4 packs of tickets to give you to visit the lords and ladies. You can take part in all the games, axe throwing, archery, and of course, the tests of strength. What does that mean? That just sounds very dangerous, the test of strength. Do you feel like you have to just throw a barrel, or do you just lift a rock? You remember the strongman games?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, where they just be
An
pulling
ESPN2 late night classic.
They just be
The
pulling
Deuce.
buses.
Yes.
Welcome
to the feats of strength.
My-
You hear?
The boulders, Leroy.
You must put
the
the
boulders or the you should have did it because
What?
they used to throw kegs over the
kegs are kind of light when they're empty though. I mean, I couldn't throw it too far, over a high jump, but they were
throwing
the difference between a full keg and an empty keg, night and day.
40 pounds.
Night and day.
Yeah.
You must put a horse over your shoulders and squat it. Test of
How
strength.
about when they take the big boulders and put them on top of the things, and then as you go further, the boulders get heavier and heavier? Oh, they did everything but one thing: run.
Tua's an excellent archer. Josh Allen, quite inaccurate.
That's what. If
He would be great in the strongman challenge, though.
The Josh Allen,
Josh Allen would be so entertaining.
if he had to just run through a wall, but if he had to have him in the archery, he'd be terrible. Never knew where it would go.
no,
That's
that's
what we said
that's
about
Daniel
Robbie,
Jones,
dude.
baby.
Oh man.
dude, that was the biggest upset. That was Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson.
What you mean? His deal?
Robbie in there hitting 2.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was crazy.
But it was like watching Hideo Nomo shoot an arrow.
Right?
That's some
'Cause
great
his-
Hideo Nomo knowledge right there.
his wind up to shooting it, and yeah, he had a wind up. It
Right.
was this is only going to translate to Twitch and YouTube, but it was he'd go down only to come up with the bow and arrow and then let it go.
And it would just be like a it
Perfect.
float. It would float. He wasn't shooting it hard. He was soft tossing the arrow.
Dade South says straight intangibles at the Renfest. Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah, there's not no.
Please welcome our top archer, Lord Duncan Robinson,
Well, you know what?
from long range.
I can't go to that because I have the same feeling as micro wrestling,
Is that so?
Yeah.
Mm.
where I get called Evander Holyfield.
But they do have your favorite,
Turkey leg.
Turkey Leg,
Hey.
and
Hey,
the Pickle Man.
who's the pickle?
Who's the
I
Pickle
want to
Man?
find out who the pickle. I don't know. That's just in the read. I want to find out who the Pickle Man is.
I'm telling you what. You can't pass on a good turkey leg.
Dude. When I was at the county fair for my daughter's chorus thing, they were making some brontosaurus sized turkey legs, like Flintstones. It looked really good.
I had the worst one I ever had was at the thing we used to do on 4th of July at
I thought you were going to say Epcot.
at FLA Arena Live. Remember, we used to go there. Well, they had a truck that was doing turkey legs, but he was boiling the turkey legs, and then when you cook it, he throw it on the fryer. And I'm like, this not nope.
-1.
Yep, pretty much.
Oof. Man. By the way, somebody's saying we should be broadcasting from the beach and on our spring break. How's going? Did you see Fonz's Instagram?
No.
What the hell's going on the spring break? This guy's like the Scorsese of spring break. I saw a bunch of white people boxing on the beach. What the hell's going on?
Is MTV down there yet or no?
Dude, I'm telling you, this
I want to see this film. This looks like the greatest film known to man.
what's even more amazing.
You should call it Intangibles.
What's even more amazing is he is so laid back. You would never picture he'd be around all this action.
I was floored. He's like, brought the camcorder. This is what I caught. And it was like Thunderdome on the beach with 2 intangibles with boxing gloves on
They're probably from
in the
Wisconsin.
sand.
They're
Right.
probably
I didn't even know it was spring break time. I was like, when is it's
Well,
now?
He's on spring break. Why do you think he's filming?
I didn't know if that was like a class at FAU. Go just film the
Dude,
crazies.
no, he does that all the time. You should see him when he gets his what is it called? His drone, his little drone.
That's what we really need. That's the action we need right there.
Dude, he has his little drone.
It's gonna be selling this on pay-per-view.
No, dude, I'm telling you, he does all kinds of stuff. He says, "Hey, I need to borrow the backyard."
J-Fig is
filming the video.
J-Fig is suggesting we interview the Pickle Man. Look, if they want to bring me the Pickle Man,
Who?
I'll interview the Pickle
Nobody
Man.
knows who the Pickle Man is.
I'll look
What
it
is
up.
his
Let's see.
skill?
I don't know. Get you out of a pickle.
That's called a lawyer.
That's Slickle in a
Swickle.
This is the man that will get you off of your charges of witchcraft. He is the Pickle Man.
If you're in a pickle,
Call Swickle.
So yeah, Dolphins yesterday report comes out. Lamar Jackson, they're not pursuing him. They do have this. This is so ESPN.
Can we have a conversation about Lamar Jackson? Like,
Yeah.
I like Lamar Jackson, and I think the Ravens should have taken care of him. But if you're another team,
Yep.
right, with his skill set, can you understand why teams may be reluctant, even without all the other stuff?
I don't know. Like with what I see teams doing,
This has and tell me if I'm wrong, but you think teams are looking at him like Cam Newton?
Can they look at Michael Vick maybe?
Yeah, but no, see, Michael Vick was the first, and he maybe didn't, and he would tell you that there was a lot of preparation that he probably should have did more of.
Yeah.
Because once
I also just feel like
his athletic abilities left, he couldn't read the
also
defense to throw the ball.
he also just like I feel like Cam Newton was a lot like Josh Allen, like banged into people a lot more.
So I mean, and I'm starting, and believe it or not, can we feel this way about Josh Allen?
I think we're allowed. We could start
Maybe,
that because
yeah,
they have
because
no
he had-
run game.
I mean, because that's all and I'm not saying it to take away from how good any of these guys are, but I'm taking away from if football is cyclical, anytime you have a player that comes through, you're going to immediately go to the last player you saw that kind of did the same things.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
And so,
I mean,
and so
like-
when I go to say Cam Newton or Michael Vick, and it's just recent ones because there were a few. Mark Brunell was a little bit of run.
Donovan McNabb.
Steve Young. Donovan McNabb was a pocket guy.
He was a runner but at first, then he got the ACL.
And so when you see this, how much quarterbacking are you going to get versus how much athlete you're going to get?
The thing that I just think would be interesting with Lamar is, first of all, he's still very young. I mean, like he's 26, right? I just don't feel like I feel like it's just all Lamar Jackson or nothing there. Like I would feel like as a team,
right,
to put the weapons around him to support him like that would intrigue me out of the quarterback prospect. Like if you were to tell me all things being equal, Derek Carr or Lamar Jackson, like it's not even close.
I would take Lamar Jackson.
It's like not even close.
I would take.
If I were the Jets right now, would I be going to woo old ayahuasca, or would I be throwing my assets at Lamar Jackson? I feel like I'd be throwing my assets at Lamar Jackson.
Now, I don't want like regardless of everything that I've said about all these quarterbacks, if I had a choice, I don't care what team, I would take Lamar Jackson over Aaron Rodgers. Because the most important thing is to get some kind of consistency at that position, and that requires years. Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna promise you next year.
Might not promise you next week.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And as good as he is, if you're the Jets, can you afford? They're gonna do it.
Oh, they're doing it.
But can you?
They're chasing right now.
But this is kind of what happens to bad franchises.
Mm-hmm.
Is that when they get close, they make sudden moves.
This was ESPN. They rank 16 teams that should go after Lamar Jackson, why they should, why they shouldn't. On the Dolphins, this is what they write. And the Dolphins, the report was yesterday, they're not pursuing Lamar Jackson. So
Which it never was.
Just
Right,
while it's out there.
Somebody
But
put that out there.
just why they should consider it. This is from Bill Ballmer. It's unclear whether the Dolphins will pick up Tua Tagovailoa's fifth-year option after he suffered a series of concussions. Doing so would guarantee him $23 million in 2024, even if he's unable to play because of injury. Decline the option will leave Miami struggle with the same dilemma the Giants face with Daniel Jones, only with a player that has been much better when healthy. Jackson would be a more certain option for the Dolphins organization that hasn't had a steady star under center in the 21st century. Landon Jackson would be a box office draw for the ownership group that's made decisions in the hopes of filling seats, which they don't have really struggles right now. There's a wait list for tickets.
They got Cheetah.
They got Cheetah. It would draw a premature end of the Tagovailoa era, but the franchise might not be ready to commit its presumptive quarterback to the future, given his unfortunate injury history. Why they shouldn't consider it. They write, Tagovailoa was a more productive quarterback than Jackson and just about anybody else when healthy last season, as he led the league in most efficiency metrics. Playing with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle helped, but it isn't as if backups Teddy Bridgewater and Skylar Thompson produced like Tagovailoa when they were on the field, which, should be pointed out. Like, what a mad difference it was. Like, we didn't get a look at it when they're like, oh, he's just a product of who he has.
Shouldn't that make us appreciate Tua more?
You would think.
It's like if Jalen Hurts was not playing for those Eagles for the last 2 games anyways.
Listen, Minshew. Oof.
Hey, don't get me started with him. Don't get me started with him.
Even if the Dolphins went year to year with Tagovailoa by declining his 5th-year option, using the franchise tag, they would still end up paying him only $96 million over the next 3 seasons while maintaining flexibility if he got injured. Jackson projects to earn $150 million over the same time frame. So there's your thing. What a deal would look like. The Dolphins would need to get creative. They would have to send. Would they send Tagovailoa to the Ravens? Would the Ravens be willing to guarantee a 5th-year option of the medical history? If the Dolphins send Tagovailoa, it's 2nd-round pick in 23, a 1st-rounder in 24 for Jackson, and a mid-round selection. It would seem fair to me, but a lot would depend on whether the Ravens think Tagovailoa is a long-term option under center, because you would have to trade for him. You can't just sign him with the 2-pick designation.
In the last 2 years, hasn't Tua played more games than Lamar Jackson?
I don't know. I think maybe barely. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's close.
but that's,
Tua miss like 4
think of the
games last
conversation we're having here.
Yeah,
we're having this conversation like Lamar Jackson played so many more games than Tua.
Yeah,
when in actuality Tua's played more games, and I think that should be noted. Like, to just sit here and say, if anybody would just say, "Oh, I want Lamar Jackson," like Tua always gets hurt, you realize that you're taking a guy who's played less games than Tua. There's just something to throw into the mix.
Yeah. I mean, they're different guys too. Like, they're just completely different quarterbacks as far as the way they go, because Lamar is a runner. Lamar's a runner, and he's been an MVP. Like, his credentials do dwarf Tua's right now. But yes, if you're worried about, and why I think
if you're worried about somebody getting hurt, it's amazing they say they're worried about Tua, but they're not worried about Lamar Jackson, and Tua played more games than Lamar Jackson. That's what I mean. Like, the truth is unbelievable here.
Take a quick break. Back after this. but like Kendrick Perkins and JJ Redick getting after it with each other.
Yeah.
It was good. It was some good television. I like the fact that Stephen A. Smith is just taking it. How many times has he been on television and he just said nothing?
Nothing. Well, because it's an interesting conversation, and I think that a lot of times, what's his name? Not Perk.
JJ Redick?
JJ Redick. He takes offense to that. That is because he's white.
Nikola Jokic.
Right. And so basically he's trying to break down, which he shouldn't, but he's now trying to defend all the white guys that won MVPs, which is unfair to him, being the white guy on the set.
Sorry, JJ.
It's really right. It's unfair. But what Perk was trying to say, what he was starting to get to before we had to leave, is that what are the rules? What's the criteria?
I actually agree with that take with Kendrick Perkins.
Right.
Because like I feel like the rules do change for MVP because
guess what? When you see the leaders of MVP, they always show points per game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they show on TV. They rank them as far as points per game. They don't say, oh, he only averages. And this baseball went through this with the Cy Young.
Mm-hmm.
We used to always look at the Cy Young. Guy got 23 wins. Guy got 24 wins. Now we go about it a little bit different.
It's very weird. Like, look, it is one of the most narrative-driven awards there is.
Right.
It just is. Like, the year Derrick Rose won, LeBron wasn't going to win. He was punished. You weren't going to give it to D-Wade. D-Wade and LeBron teamed up. When Kevin Durant went to Golden State, they were never going to give it to him.
Kobe only getting one is disgraced already.
Shaq, too.
Right.
I mean, like, it's crazy to think about. When Russell Westbrook triple doubles are awesome. Year later, triple doubles for your Russell Westbrook. He is selfish and stat padding. And now Jokic. The thing that's funny with Jokic is, he's won the last 2 MVPs. This might be his best year.
Right.
And so, like, what are you supposed to do? But I kind of get it because they did this with Giannis. They're
Right.
like, we're going to give it to Giannis. You're going to hit 2 MVPs. You never done nothing, Giannis. Then he did something. But now he's got Jokic winning all the awards.
Well, 2021, everyone got injured, so Jokic was the guy. That's the thing.
That's right. Oh, yeah, there was the famous
Joel got hurt. Everybody got hurt.
Everybody got hurt that year. So, and that was the one year where I was trying to push Jim VP, but
Yes.
Jim VP was even hurt that year.
Right.
Make the shirts. Print the shirts out.
Oh man, it was. But yeah, it is a narrative based award. I don't think Nikola Jokic is getting preferential treatment necessarily because he's a white guy, but I do understand frustration in some regards because I do feel like, wait a minute, we have treated guys differently, and a lot for counting stats, you would say, hey, his triple double, all this stuff, that's kind of the same that you guys like from Russell Westbrook, didn't like from Russell Westbrook, but numbers guys will tell you, well, he's not creating the way that Russ did. It's not like he's not creating better shots. But that's kind of, I think, the frustration from Kendrick Perkins. Like, well, what is it then? Just tell me, because I don't know.
I just think that when you watch basketball, so many guys do it differently. Like with Russ, it was explosiveness. With D Rose, it was explosiveness. With, so many guys, it's scoring. It's, putting the team on your back. There's so many different ways that make a guy important to their team or franchise. It's hard to draw that out and decide, okay, who's the best at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes these other numbers help you get there. Like, nobody's disputing, okay, back in the day, Magic Johnson didn't do one thing great, but did everything really well and was dominant at what he did. And the same thing with Shaq. Shaq, LeBron, Kobe, those are guys who could have basically won it every year.
It's pretty crazy that even like the thing with LeBron that's wild is like, yeah, we can give it to somebody else, but if you're really talking about the word of value, like he went to 8 straight finals,
right? Like, and we just
and with Shaq,
we do with them. We dismiss that and say, well, you didn't win.
But the thing with Shaq that's funny is like when Shaq came to the Heat and guaranteed a championship, Shaq was that. He was Willy Wonka. You're going to the finals if you have Shaquille O'Neal. Now, it was the very end of it, but he still did it. Right. And when Steve Nash got it above him, and like that was pretty crazy. When
That was crazy. Yeah.
We should have had a Suns Heat final by then already. You know, like 05-06.
Here's the problem, and and they said it the best. Shaq only has one MVP.
Mhm.
Right? Think about that.
I know.
Shaquille O'Neal.
But it changed. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
I'll tell you one thing that also buoyed Russ. Not only the triple-double, it was the year after KD left. Russ, come on. He's buoying it.
Pass
You
the
just-
ball.
You just lost.
Pass the ball, Russ.
You just left it from you. You just lost KD.
Right.
Like, it. You could say these narrative things don't matter, but they do. Like, everybody gets influenced by it. And then there's a lot of groupthink that happens.
Especially when you
around
hear
all
it
the
all
media.
year. That's all they talk about on these shows. Who is your midway point MVP? Who's your
Yeah, it's great. Like, you know, same thing last year with the dumbass Celtics, where they're like, "Oh, best team since January 1st." Oh, I'm sorry. When did we cut off the first 2 months of the season? I didn't
Right.
realize that was a thing.
Right.
Really? By the way, no. Anybody worried about the Celtics now? Is that a thing? Oh,
No, that's the new narrative is wake me up until
very
stay.
interesting. That's interesting.
Well, no. We the new narrative was the damn Knicks.
The Knicks are back, as people are saying on my
I'm
text
so
message
glad
right
that
now.
even though that win streak should have ended on Friday, I'm very glad that it's over. Thank you, Hornets.
The Hornets, they ruined everybody's dreams. They ruined
crush 'em.
they ruined the Hornets ruined everybody's dreams while doing nothing for themselves.
No, the Carolina sports just ruin your dreams. That's what we could say. We can lump everybody in there.
Jarvis on YouTube says Tua is not an elite quarterback. His season was up and down, struggled against better teams. In year 5, our franchise quarterback is teaching himself how to fall. Laughable. First of all, sir, I just want to say nothing about jiu-jitsu is laughable. All right. And you're not going to be, you're not going to think it's laughable when he's putting Aaron Donald in an anaconda choke. Right?
Do we not?
See, by the way, Shannon Sharp was making fun of him for that too. And I wanted to say I didn't do that because I wouldn't, break confidence like that. But Leroy learned how to fall year 2. So pipe down, Shannon, because he's like, learn how to fall. You learned how to fall when you were a kid.
Yes.
And I was like, hey, Leroy learned how to fall year 2. By the way, I still think it's crazy that 2 people have not reached out to Leroy Horde, who used to fall on the back of his head.
It's a good PR stunt, though.
I would say this to that guy. We pick and choose what information we want to take in. If you like Tua, then all those stats that he led the league in would be your leading conversation or your leading point. You don't like Tua, so you're just going to dismiss all those numbers. Like, those are numbers that he had. Like, you can't. To say he was up and down, okay, how are you going to lead the league in, 5 or 6 stats and be up and down?
He's the most dissected quarterback.
Right.
I've never seen anything like this with a guy who, I'm very much on the positive side of it. I like him. I think, I like Tua. I thought that he played well last year.
Mhm.
I thought this was let's be honest, guys. This was the most fun you probably had watching the Dolphins team because you haven't had a top 10 offense. How long has it been? 20 plus years since Marino.
Right.
Number 6 in the league. You haven't had that. Not only that, you're back in the national conversation again. The quarterback is always under debate. Even like
the nicest guy in the world, they still talk trash about him all the time.
Oh, I was just thinking about the other day. Remember the video where they turned him righty on YouTube and everybody was like, wow.
Yes.
That was
that was during
fantastic.
Eagles open practice,
Oh, that was good. When they turned to a righty and he was throwing all those bombs, you're like, huh, I don't really have any compliments. I don't have any criticism of this. He looks normal. Lefty quarterbacks are weird. I said as a guy who loved Mark Brunell.
Boomer Esiason's on line 1 also right now.
Boomer?
Oh, well, he's probably, if he were, he would just tell me to shut up and play. This is CBS Sports.
I did an interview and a guy was telling me who's familiar with the story that Boomer was almost a Brown.
Oh, really?
Hmm?
Why?
When no, not Boomer. Who's for the Giants?
Oh, Phil Simms.
Phil Simms.
Everybody always mixes them up.
Yeah.
Samesies.
Phil Simms.
Samesies. Although his son can go to hell.
Agree.
I would never tell it to Pops, but he
right.
probably agrees. A little
No.
annoying on television.
Really? Come on.
All right, we'll take a break. Get some cat talk. Panthers. Bobrovsky. Radko Gudas fighting. Next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Get to a little cat talk here in a second, but want to let you guys know Dave & Buster's month is back just in time for Hoops Tournament Hysteria. We've got your chance to win a $250 gift card from Dave & Buster's. Go to WQM.com and enter on the contest page. If you win, you can go to Dave & Buster's with your gift card and have a party. All on us and Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave & Buster's in Hollywood. We will have a shortened show tomorrow, by the way, everybody. 11:30 we'll be going till, and then, of course, you get ready for little Canes ACC tournament action. But on the meanwhile, we'll get to some of your headlines here, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford. Where'd J-Fig go? She was here like a second ago.
We know trucks.
Thanks, Trevor. Trevor in for Marcos today, who is, doing some baby daddy stuff as him and his lovely fiance are getting set for their beautiful bundle of tadpole coming soon. So he's going to be out the next couple of days. Leroy, meanwhile, looks like he is engaging in breakfast activity.
Yeah, I was about to say
studio.
that he is about to slam some food right now, and
He
I'm
was
very
hungry.
jealous.
Yeah, he was hungry. No, do you? It's okay.
Is he hungry or hangry? It's a different.
I don't know. Whatever he needs to get himself settled. But let's get into our cat talk here. Brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. I stopped by today. I got this fantasy vibes, this mandarin marshmallow.
Arctic vibe is my vibe right now.
Really? You know what? Not the most popular flavor. It's good to see somebody likes the Arctic vibe, dude.
Someone's got to buy those cases.
Someone's got to have them. You know, that's what we say. Someone's got to like it. So, anyway, hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a party of playing. Get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers, right? Leroy's official energy is these eggs that he's housing down. I would have let you eat, man. You didn't have to come in here while you're still stuff.
Sharing is caring, Leroy.
There's some out there.
Let's get to last night. The Panthers beat the Golden Knights. The Lamborghini getting out of the garage right away to start the scoring.
And it's Josh Mahura at the Panthers line. Pass straight on to Lundell. Tapped it up to the Golden Knights line. Now in offensively, Mahura, Lomberg. A shot, top shelf, he scores! Ryan Lomberg, top corner, and the Panthers have a 1-0 lead with 15:35 to go here in the first.
Oh, right where Mrs. Moeller keeps the peanut butter. Top shelf, dude. Love top shelf.
Top cheddar, we call it. Top cheddar.
I don't know what that is. What top cheddar?
Top cheddar, we say.
I've never heard of that.
Well,
The only cheddar I'm having right now is with these eggs.
Then in the second period, for the Cats to go up 2-0, it was Barkey getting on the board.
Duclair holds it in. Cousins far corner looking out in front. Duclair across a shot and they score, and it's Barkov. 2-0 Panthers. What a setup in the offensive end.
There you go. Had a little brouhaha there in the second period. Radko Gudas. He didn't do anything. You know, it was ridiculous. They ripped his helmet off, and the Butcher's going to do what the Butcher's going to do. And they penalized him just for existing. I hate the penalty box. You know, it's funny, though. Goldie and Moeller were making fun of the referee. Look at this young kid. They were like belittling him.
You gotta establish the law, man. You gotta establish
I do feel like if I was going to be a young official, hockey's probably like the place you're getting the business the most.
No, NBA, NHL.
They don't fight, though, like for real. Like they're actually fighting. Like imagine you're going to have to go and pull Ryan Lomberg off of somebody in a fight.
True.
You know, and run discipline down. This guy looked petrified.
I don't know if you saw last night, Tony D'Angelo speared Corey Perry of the Lightning. The one referee was just trying to hold this guy back the whole time.
It's like, oh, how could you guys do this? 5 minutes. Most of the time, it's just 2 minutes, Leroy. 2 minutes for whooping somebody's ass? That's child's play.
That doesn't
Maybe
happen
4
in
minutes
basketball.
for a major.
That doesn't happen in basketball.
No.
Basketball, there. Hold me back.
Hold me back.
Oh.
Looking behind
No,
somebody.
that's a baseball fight, too. That's a baseball fight. That's a bunch of
I love when the bullpen comes in. They're just staring. Everything's
And
already
they
over.
They run like, finally, some action.
Yep.
And
Nothing
then they
happens.
get their crickets.
Nothing happens. Like you imagine AJ Puck, he's gonna throw down with anybody. I can't imagine that, Leroy. He looked like a pretty chill guy when we talked to him anyway.
He's a flyweight.
What?
Dude, he's a flyweight.
He's a tall flyweight.
Yep.
Hello, Scooby. Scooby, can you bring up your favorite player here, Ryan Lomberg, on what he had to say after yesterday's win?
He's actually one of my favorites, so let's play him.
Lomberg isn't
It's huge. You know, we needed a big start, and I think the guys responded. So, you know, it was a good win.
What can you say about just the team's effort tonight? Speed and physicality. It seems like you guys had it for the full 60.
Yeah, it was there. It was there. You know, I think for the last chunk of games, you know, it's a big game. There's no doubt in this room that every guy's going to show up. So it's a big one tonight, and you know, no surprise that the guys came ready to play.
We're asking the same question every game now, but Sergei Rothstein, another great start from him, right?
Yeah, you know, it's no surprise in this locker room. We see it every day. The dedication, you know, he puts in every day. You know, like I said, there's no surprise him making big saves left, right, and center. So happy for him.
Paul talked the other night about how just having the full lineup, he doesn't have to play guys as many minutes, and hopefully that will let you guys get on a little bit of a run. Did you guys feel that a little bit today? Just a little bit fresher? It had been a long time since you guys had won 2 in a row.
Yeah, for sure. You know, to get, you know, our top 2 centers back in the lineup, that's huge for any team. So, you know, I think the guys did a good job, you know, playing well when they're out. But obviously, you know, to have those guys back in the lineup, it's huge for our team.
Really nice of Ryan Lomberg to take 3 minutes from not whooping somebody's ass to talk to the media. I appreciate him. I just picture always him and Radko goes with a fist in somebody's face. So I really appreciate that from them. Thank you, Ryan. We
I love him.
And by the way, also as he says, hey, my guy, you know what time it is? What time is it? Come on, 31 saves.
You need to stay focused.
It's Bob time, dude. He's been killing it.
He's got a lot of time.
Listen, credit where credit's due. He's been killing it.
He's been killing it.
I'm not gonna even we can't sit here and act like he hasn't been. But there's still 3 points out.
Well, it's not his fault though. That's not on him. It's not on him.
It's not on him, but it's the team's fault. It's the team.
When he was giving up 4 goals a game, they won the President's Cup.
He was great at home last year, though.
And he got a big home stretch. So buy those tickets.
Yep. All right. Anyway, get into some of our other headlines. Javon Holland, he has tweeted on the Lamar Jackson situation. He says, the disrespect Lamar is getting, crazy as F.
It is. It is. Like he's not even 30.
No, he's 26.
I mean,
26.
Now, I will say this. And he is doing the same thing that an agent would do at this moment in time. However, it's coming across differently because he doesn't have an agent.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he should get a representative, if not just to handle this, because he needs to be far away from it. He needs to kind of.
It's an interesting situation that he's going into this with no agent. And certainly, some people have thought that that's been a part of why he hasn't gotten the deal. I don't know. I think Roquan Smith on the Ravens doesn't have an agent, and he was able to get a deal done with them. Linebacker, I understand.
Not a quarterback.
But
and you didn't have somebody just get 230 guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but as we just saw, look, Tua just changed agents. Obviously, with a lot of financial stuff that's going to come up with him soon.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I don't have an agent, so you know that world more than me, and I know that you haven't always had the best relationship with agents.
Right.
So I don't know what I don't know the dynamics.
Put it this way.
Like that.
In a lot of cases, an agent is just an expensive ass buffer.
Yeah.
It keeps you from the dirt and it keeps the team from your true thoughts. And that's it. When you don't have that buffer, you have to kind of go about it a little bit differently. Whereas if you have that buffer, the team can be blunt, and your representative can be blunt to them, and a lot of times it expedites things.
It's a lot of the times why why I think this gets a lot more personal. That's why a lot of baseball players hate arbitration, because you have to go in there and basically hear all the crap that they think about you to pay a certain thing, and so it could phrase some stuff. But I don't know, man. This is an interesting one. I do think some of the teams that say they're not pursuing him
are lying because they don't want to get in a bidding war.
You're gonna have to bid,
right?
Like the Panthers not wanting him.
He'll
What?
be perfect in Carolina, though.
Panthers,
Here's what I think.
Falcons,
The way everybody is talking.
Commanders.
The way everybody is talking. And the way you hear Baltimore talking. If he gets a contract, you're going to match it.
You think so?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Interesting.
You could give him 4 first-round picks. You ain't going to get a Lamar Jackson with any of those picks.
They don't act like that, though, do they?
Well, you can't act like that. But you hear the way everybody's talking, they're just like, we'll match it.
Plus, who has the assets of having 4 first-round picks right now?
Well, we'd have to give up 2.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say when you have to have them.
No, you have to. You have to have this year, next year, if you sign them.
So Dolphins
That's
will be
why.
out anyway.
That's why the Dolphins are out. That's why I was saying, like, if it were to happen, the Dolphins would literally have to wait until after the draft to sign him, or they'd have to work out a trade.
Right.
But no, you have to. If you sign him to a deal, you have to have 2 picks this year, next year in hand. Games in hand, picks in hand. Samesies. Why look at me like that?
You understand there is only a couple of sayings that I hate more than that one.
Games in hand,
Games in hand,
and now picks in hand.
picks in hand. I hate that. And
Samesies.
yeah, that.
So I hit for the cycle.
You need one more, and then you have the cycle.
Hard to say.
Oh, that
Now we hit the cycle.
that one right there. But wait, isn't it amazing that instead of just stopping with a triple, he tries to hit for the cycle?
Mhm.
Right?
Never been done in Marlins history.
Still hasn't happened.
Never.
That's a shame.
Never happened.
That's a shame.
Weird thing.
Well, I mean, and it's usually the home run that's impossible to get because you can get a triple.
Oh, in that ballpark, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also surprised they've had some guys who feel like they have the mechanisms to do it. You know, like Hanley never did it.
Derek Lee.
Derek Lee never did it.
Well, it's hard for him. It was hard for him to leg out a triple.
He was underrated. But you know, actually, the thing that was tough for him, Derek Lee and Trevor will know this, but Derek Lee, I'll tell you what killed him in that was that damn power alley because he always had right center power.
Right.
That was a canyon at pro player.
So
When he
couldn't hit a home
went to
run
Wrigley, it was
when-
all
when-
all
when
sales
he got
from there.
everything going.
I loved him so much.
Jazz could do it
Jazz could do it.
because Jazz has the speed to stretch a double into a triple.
Yep.
A single into a
He
double.
could probably do it
that
inside
lefty
Parker.
Got that lefty power.
Yeah.
It could happen, but it hasn't. It's weird. Take a break.
Is the Marlins the only franchise without?
I have no
I
idea.
think there's more, but
I don't know.
The no hitter is usually the perfect game / no hitter is the big one. I remember that was with the
Yeah, it
Mets
was a big thing for the Mets for a long time.
and the Padres.
We'll take a quick break. Back with more for this.
We are
Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. And we got your chance to see the biggest weekend in metal music. Rockville is coming to Daytona Beach, May 18th through the 21st. We'll give away 2 passes for the entire weekend, plus a camping pass, and you guys can be there to see Tool, Slipknot, Avenged Sevenfold, Egg Sandwich, Pantera, Rob Zombie, and a whole lot more.
Go name their group Egg Sandwich.
I don't know, but it was really good just now. Thank you for what was that? Brunch?
Thank
Is
you,
that brunch?
Leroy.
Dude,
No mimosas?
I'm going to be honest. As I've gotten older, I realize that eggs can be eaten at any time during the day.
It's one of my son's favorite meals. He loves scrambled eggs at any time. Doesn't
Really?
matter.
See, I personally, I get eggs over easy because a lot of times people overcook scrambled eggs and they're no good. These are fine because they had cheese and I put some sausage
Mm-hmm.
and bacon and ham. I just put the whole pig on the eggs.
You cooked
Delicious.
breakfast for them?
No, I dialed it up.
Yeah. Beep, boop, boop. Happened. Steve Ballmer. He is owner of the Clippers. Oh, by the way, I cut this off. If you guys want to win tickets to Rockville, a place I feel like Steve Ballmer would have a good time. You want to go to the Odyssey app. You listen to WQAM. Every hour that you listen, you get an entry for a chance to win those 2 passes and the camping pass to Rockville. So listen on the app, on the Odyssey app to WQM or WQM.com. The more chances you'll have to win are based on how long you listen. So check that on out. But Steve Ballmer, this man's excited about a lot of stuff, okay? But not as excited about anything with his new arena. Clippers are getting a new arena, as he is about his new bathrooms. Steve Ballmer doesn't want anybody going anywhere. Here was the Clippers owner yesterday at one of the, I guess this is the groundbreaking or something was going on.
It was the groundbreaking.
Toilets! 1,160 toilets and urinals! 3 times the NBA average number of toilets and urinals. We do not want people waiting in line. We want them to get back to their damn seats at the end of the half before the game clocks.
He is so excited.
I love this man.
1,100 toilets? 3 times the amount. So
So you got 18,000 people, you got 1,100 toilets, and you're not going to wait? Please.
For 3 times. I don't know, man.
I love
think
the
that's pretty good.
enthusiasm.
He's enthusiastic about everything. Like, he just comes out of the gate. Toilets.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that man is so, he's like, you know what? I'm tired of people leaving to pee.
I mean, so where are they building this?
It's near Inglewood,
Inglewood,
near SoFi and stuff.
So they won't be in the same arena as the Lakers. How long has it been? Forever, right? Has it been
From the start.
Yeah.
from the start?
Since 99.
But he's got money, buddy.
He's got money.
He's
He
got a
did
lot
the-
of
look,
money.
He's going at it the same way Stephen Ross did down here. He asked the city, I'll do it myself.
Good for him.
Right? He's redone that whole area down there. It is amazing. So, yeah.
I'm annoyed with Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Why now?
He's stealing Jimmy Butler's idea. And
What was Jimmy Butler's idea?
Jimmy Butler, if you guys don't know, Jimmy Butler has a method to Instagram. Okay. And if you guys don't follow Jimmy Butler, I recommend it because I don't feel like I can go my day without having my daily dose of Jimmy Butler Instagram, which it is 3 songs that he's listening to. Okay. I would say 4 or 5 pictures of his breakfast, then another 4 or 5 pictures of where he's at. If he's on the road, you get pictures on the road. If it's down here, it's down here. And then he closes the day with whatever the game is, pictures of his teammates. So it'll be like a picture of Caleb Martin, picture of Victor Oladipo, picture of Tyler Hero, a picture of Bam, something like that. If Cody Zeller had a big moment, puts Cody Zeller. All right. If Kyle had a moment, puts Kyle. So he does a thing to celebrate his teammates.
They had Kyle on there.
Well, you know, he loves Kyle though.
Mm-hmm.
So
And now Jimmy is also including the actual song into his Instagram because it used to be just screenshots of what he was
right,
listening
it can
to.
play the song now. I think that's like a feature, so that's cool. But J-Fig, this Giannis is stealing Jimmy's idea. All right. Because now Leroy, so I don't follow Giannis. All right. But I do follow Goran Dragic. And I saw this picture of Goran Dragic and Jay Crowder on his Instagram. And I was like, well, that's annoying. Two former Heat guys. Giannis is posting them in their Bucks jerseys. That annoys me. I thought at first, Giannis was taking a dig at the Heat. But then when I investigated this further, it turns out Giannis is in fact just a straight up copyright infringement thief, because I go to his Instagram and wouldn't you know it? After the Bucks played, one slide of one teammate, one slide of another teammate, one slide of another teammate. This guy's stealing Jimmy Butler's thing. This Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek thief, is going out there and he's taking Jimmy Butler's idea. I don't like it, and I don't approve of it.
You're just mad because Goran is in the picture.
No, I was mad about that, J-Fig, until I did further research and I found out that this Giannis Antetokounmpo is in fact a thief. I don't like it. It's Jimmy Butler's idea. He came up with that.
So hold on. Like, he's the only one that can do that on
You don't. He
Instagram?
does it exactly like Jimmy, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
Are we going to see Giannis leave the team and go see one of his favorite players get his number retired next? That's the big.
I don't know. That was actually very cool of Jimmy. Did you see what Jimmy did yesterday? Jimmy flew across the country. He went to Pau Gasol's jersey retirement last night in LA because they were teammates on the Bulls.
People forget.
And then he flew back today, and
He's going to play. Yeah, he's expected to be. I mean, unless his plane gets held up by snow in California. I don't know.
That's in Reno right now. That's in Reno.
I think he'll be all right. Yeah, he's expected to play tonight, but he went to LA last night because Pau Gasol got his jersey put up.
Cool.
Which is a nice guy. He went, he hugged him, gave some love to Pau Gasol. Because, yes, Pau Gasol was a Chicago Bull. Now, he should have been on the Miami Heat, but this LeBron James went 0 dark 30 on Pat Riley. Pat Riley had Pau Gasol in the bag, according to Levitard. And this LeBron, he ghosted Pau Gasol. He goes, hey, man, ready to come to Miami. Nothing. Crickets from LeBron. So, you didn't get him any help. You didn't get him out. You got your Pau Gasol. And you didn't want to come here. Pau Gasol, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron.
That's a super team.
And then everybody's like, you only got Josh McRoberts and Danny Granger. No! It's because LeBron ruined it by leaving and ghosting. But anyway, shout out to Jimmy Butler, who got to go celebrate his former teammate.
You will, at any chance you get.
Bring up history?
No.
Bring up the facts? Alleged facts, I guess, in this case.
His contract was up.
Mm-hmm.
He left. And?
It was getting him help. You sat here.
Wait.
You only got what?
He was a free agent.
Oh, please. You go with this free agent, shmee agent, You act like Pat Riley wasn't wheeling and dealing.
I didn't say that. I didn't say he wasn't. I didn't say he was doing everything he could to keep LeBron.
What
But
did
in
he
the end,
do?
LeBron could pick where he wanted to go. He was a free agent. He didn't demand a trade with 1 year up. He didn't do any of that. His contract was up. He left.
But the bigger point is this Giannis.
Is there a bigger point?
Yeah, this Giannis is a thief. Come up with your own thing, dude. You don't just get to put Goran on your Instagram willy-nilly. That's not your friend.
Do you want to see any evidence, Leroy?
Yeah, show Leroy what Giannis put up on his Instagram. You see? He puts that up. That's Jimmy's thing, putting up teammates after games.
You're just mad
Giannis
because
is trying
Goran
to
is
do it.
smiling right there.
Who, me?
Me? Yeah, I am mad at Goran's happiness.
He
You're
looks
right.
Happy.
Why is he happy? He's in Milwaukee. That's too
He's
cold.
hanging out with this guy, Jay Crowder.
Championship.
Probably talking about the good old day. Don't say that. They're not going to win the championship.
I didn't say that.
Heat and 5, dude.
He goes, why is he there? It's cold in Minnesota.
I said
Milwaukee. In Milwaukee. I said championship. That's it. That's
I
all
hope
I
hope
said.
that Goran tells me. He said, "Hey, Giannis, you're doing Jimmy Butler's thing." I hope he tells him.
Is that why he reposted it?
I don't know.
He reposted it because no, he didn't tell him
He
J-Fig.
should tell
I
him
just
that.
wanted to break that.
I
to
hope
him
Jimmy
gently,
tells Goran.
because
You
old
know he's
Dum
stealing
Dum
my
over
thing.
here, he only reads some of the
No,
tea
he's
leaves.
stealing
You only
Jimmy
read
Butler's
some of the
idea.
tea leaves.
You know,
He's stealing-
everybody does that.
Everybody does
No, they
that.
don't. No, they don't. That's Jimmy Butler's thing. Now, I don't follow any other.
Everybody does it.
I don't follow
food
non-NBA
thing,
guys.
yes,
This is
everybody
not a
does
could
that.
be something, could be nothing
No,
situation.
J-Fig. Nobody does the teammate thing.
Take it to the two youths. The two youths.
I'm boots on the gram, dude.
No.
I'm a social media savant.
Then how do you not know everybody does that?
I feel
Because
like
I know Jimmy Butler did it first. Everybody knows that, dude. Everybody knows that. You know what most people put on Instagram? Pictures of themselves. Only Jimmy does the teammates.
Scooby.
What?
Pictures of Scooby.
Oh, her Instagram? Yeah. That's what's going on. Scooby pictures, Q&As.
I've only done one Scooby picture in months, and the Q&A was a long time ago.
They need to make a comeback.
Get
though.
the
They gotta make the
Carfax
comeback.
right.
Carfax.
This guy just thinks he can do what Jimmy Butler does on social media, posting pictures.
You mean what everybody does on
No,
social media?
Jimmy, the way he does it is how Jimmy does it. He's an ideas thief.
Okay.
And this guy, no, let me tell you something. No one's going to say anything because they're going to, oh, Giannis, what a great idea. I bet you, hey, let me tell you something. I bet you right now, Malika Andrews is working on a project for NBA Today. Giannis, you're so, teammate oriented, putting your teammates up on Instagram after every game. And Giannis could be like, I know I came up with that, even though he didn't.
Wait, you have set up a
You're
whole scenario.
seriously, I was just about to say that. He's already doing that.
I'm telling you right now, dude.
Wait,
I can already tell Malika
here-
Andrews is working on that
here,
piece.
Tobin's like
let's
that guy in
review.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia right
So-
now.
Tobin wants to feel a certain way. So he'll go back like Thanos and change the world so it's acceptable to feel the way he feels. Like, what are you doing?
What? Nobody thinks Jimmy Butler can be a good teammate because, you made Andrew Wiggins cry one
Whoever
time.
said he wasn't a good
Oh,
teammate?
Andrew
people,
Wiggins is
dude.
soft though.
What does
I'll
this
say.
have to
dude.
do with
This had nothing
pictures?
to do it. We went from what?
Giannis, get your own
Look,
thing.
Well, wait, what
he
did that
has
have
a
to do
picture
with
of
Jimmy
himself
making
here.
somebody cry?
Because
Like,
nobody would ever do the NBA Today interview with Jimmy about caring about his teammates because they think he's mean. But he's not mean. I mean, except when he flips off Max Strus to say hello. But other than that, like, Giannis is taking his thing, and everybody's going to give Giannis credit.
that's everybody. That's everybody's thing.
No, it's not, dude. No, it's not. Show me another NBA star who does
He
it.
posted so many pictures.
I know. That's what pissed me off. He put like his whole team on there.
Posted
And I
so
said,
much.
hey, Giannis, that's Jimmy Butler's thing.
Wow, after like 10 slides, it goes back to him.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
You go, boy.
Giannis. So sick of this guy. Most unlikable star in the NBA.
Mhm.
Oh, that's why Steve Nash is going to win MVP this year because we're so sick of him.
Sick of him, dude.
That's-
Oh, look at me. I have Chick-fil-A.
I went through a drive-through after a
Yeah, look
championship.
at
I
me.
got Chick-fil-A.
My nickname rhymes. Everybody loves me.
Don't train Trevor.
Wait,
What?
what is my name?
Greek
rhyme?
freak. Rhymes. Did you go to nursery school, dude?
He's gonna go with Dr. Seuss again on you.
Point for Tobin!
Get your own thing, Giannis. Back after this. Oh, time to get to our favorite Wednesday game, ladies and gentlemen. Rats of the Ship. Before that, though, I want to tell you about the Renaissance Festival. It's back. We've got a 4-pack of tickets for you to go and visit the lords and ladies. You can take part in an axe throwing contest, archery, tests of strength. You can have turkey legs, and you bet your ass the Pickle Man's going to be there at the Renaissance Festival. For your chance to win tickets, go to WQAM.com now and enter. Fat Bum. That's right. J-Fig, what do we have today for Rats Off a Ship?
All right, number 1. Leroy, you ready?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Cats. According
wow.
to yesterday, we found out Tom Brady says he cannot unretire because he has a kitten.
I will say I'm Rats Off a Ship on it being a decision to not being able to play football because he has a kitten. That's ridiculous.
They also take care of themselves, by the way.
Cats are very independent. That's why I like Senor Gato. You know, he's a great cat. You know, just kind of does his own thing.
I'm Rats Off a Ship.
Why?
Too sneaky.
What?
Rats off a ship.
Sneaky?
Cats are sneaky.
Is that why he got the cat? Because he's also sneaky?
Yeah.
I do like the idea of Tom Brady just being sad and old with a bunch of cats. You know, no Giselle, just sitting there. You know, he's got names for all of them. Like just 40 cats if you walked into Tom Brady's Miami condo.
No.
You don't
even like. You could leave your house for a month and leave your cat in there. He'd be fine.
Cats are fine.
Yeah, no.
You don't got to check on a cat.
So it's big excuse. It's a big lie.
You know what that is? That's not a pet. That's a dependent.
What about you, Trevor? Where are you on cats?
I hate cats. Doesn't matter if it's the musical or the animals, but not the Florida Panthers. But I'm totally
Rats off a ship.
Vamos gatos. J-Fig, what about you and cats?
Trevor, I've seen cats on a cruise ship and I fell asleep. I think Tom Brady is a liar.
Wow.
And look, I was forced into it. That's a long story. Not the point here, not the case. I'm Rats Off a Ship, okay? The only reason why I like one cat is because my cousin has it and trained it very well.
What did he
They're
train
very
to do?
sneaky. Yeah.
Cats are sneaky. They are sneaky.
I don't trust them.
What else do we got, J-Fig, for Rats Off a Ship?
The Pickle Man. No, I'm just kidding. Aaron Rodgers being traded to the Jets.
You know, it seems likely he is going to get traded to the Jets, but for whatever reason, I got a feeling they're going to Jets this. So I'm Rats Off a Ship on him getting traded to the Jets. Something tells me they're not going to get Aaron Rodgers, and it's just basically Jets them. You know, that's just in general. I feel like they're going to fly there and blow this. So I'm Rats Off a Ship on him getting traded to the Jets.
So my feelings have nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback. It's about Aaron Rodgers, the person. And you're going to give up a whole bunch of resources and pay $58 million to a guy who we're going to be having this same conversation next year. It's not worth it to me, but the Jets are going to do it and deal with it later. But in a year from now, we're all going to be sitting around here talking about stupid Jets because they invested, they gave up resources, and they paid a boatload of money only to have to deal with it again this year, then the following year.
Ricardo's
off a ship.
Ricardo says, I went on a cruise. My cats escaped my house for a week, then came back like nothing happened. Yeah, they'll always come back. Yeah. Cats.
We have a cat in our neighborhood, Snickers. He'll just come like I'll be in jacuzzi at 5 a.m, getting ready for golf, and he'll just come and stand up and sit on the back of the thing.
Mind your business, Snickers.
And just
Trevor, what about you on the Jets trading for Aaron Rodgers?
I'm here for the content game. I would love to see him go to the Jets, and I'm always down for a nice 6 p.m. press conference on SNY so I can laugh at the Jets. And my mom will be happy anyways.
I've never heard of ayahuascas. I don't know what that is.
That's Francesca right there. Like explain how ayahuasca.
I invented ayahuasca. Who cares? J-Fig, what about you? Do you believe Aaron Rodgers will be traded to the Jets?
No, I'm rats off a ship. I don't really see it happening.
I just feel like they're going to go there for no reason, and he's going to be sitting there and like
they're going to do it because that's the Jets thing.
You don't think they're going to go there and he's going to be in some like cabin, you know, in the dark, shirtless. Maybe there's like a little.
There's some cabins
fire.
in North Jersey. Don't worry. There's some cabins. A lot of them.
What's number 3, J-Fig?
Investing in Daniel Jones.
Rats off a ship. Too much. Too rich for my blood. Too rich for my blood. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, I don't know. Danny Dimes, $40 million a year. For what?
The number that you should pay attention to is the $100 million. That's the amount of money it costs for an average quarterback. He's got what? Was it 4 years, 160, 100 guaranteed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's basically, you know, he got the Kirk Cousins deal.
So you're not rats off a ship.
I mean, for them, no. Like, who else who you gonna replace him with? You didn't pick up his 5th year again. I would pick up the 5th year all 5-year quarterbacks and let you absolutely know there's no chance of this working.
I feel like I'd invest in Saquon Barkley. It's the ship that actually makes that thing go. Wow.
Running back.
Let's not get him involved in that again.
Running back versus quarterback.
Not elite versus meh.
I mean,
They don't love you like that, Saquon.
They did go to the playoffs with a.
I mean, like you're going from we're not sure to $40 million a year on him. It's very weird.
It would have cost you 30 if you'd have did it last year. That's your fault. Same thing that the Baltimore Ravens are dealing with.
Trevor, what about investing in Daniel Jones? I already know how he feels. He's an Eagles fan.
I'm an Eagle. Everyone should know I'm an Eagle fan. I am down to see the Giants get killed every year by the Eagles. So
he's happy about it.
Rats off a ship.
J-Fig, what about you?
My rats are swimming.
Yeah.
Rats off a ship.
Just also just his face. Daniel Jones just looks confused all the time. I don't know if I trust him.
I don't trust nobody that was running in open field by himself and just fell.
Can't live it down.
Still the greatest meme of all time.
What's number 4, Jennifer?
Ted Lasso. Season 3 is premiering.
You gotta tell you something. Never seen an episode of Ted Lasso. Rats off a ship.
Neither have I. So
Gotta tell you.
Can't act like I'm a phony. I hear it's great. Never seen it.
Gotta tell you. Neither have I.
And you see everything.
I see everything.
That's weird. I'm surprised.
Something we all haven't seen.
Because it's like, if it's anything about the sport that he's managing, I'm out.
Really?
Yeah.
So you won't watch a soccer show?
Because like, that's not going to be the point to draw me in.
I gotcha.
Like I would have, but there's too many other things going on.
Feels like I'll just wait till the end of it, then maybe I'll binge it. That's what I'll go
That's
with.
what I do.
One day.
That's what I
and
do.
I'll just catch on up. That's what I love. I love catching up on a
Did you
good
ever
show.
watch Valhalla 2?
Vikings Valhalla?
They got
I don't think I finished it.
2 seasons.
Oh no, I finished it. Yeah, it was
The
great.
second season.
Yeah. Love it.
Apparently, we're sleeping on a really good show.
Oh,
Right.
everybody says it's great, but I've never
Everybody
seen
says
it.
it's great.
If I were to tell you right now, I'm not rats off a ship, that would make me a liar. And if you know one thing about old Tobes,
Don't act like
tell the
you
truth.
haven't done- Dude.
what? What do I lie about?
It would be Tuesday.
What are you talking about?
Just what I said.
No, you're ridiculous. Come on. I'm as honest as they come, dude. Honest as they come.
That's what they call him.
You can't be called honest and be a flip-flopper.
What do you mean?
That is the sign that you aren't honest.
That's not true. Sometimes the facts change.
Your facts change so you could be right. That's called flip-flopping.
No.
Hard to
that's not.
say.
Trevor, you Ted Lasso guy, rats off a ship, not rats off a ship?
I will do a quick story. Not a fan of it.
Oh, you don't like it?
I am not a fan of it. I went on a date with a girl. She's like, "You need to watch it." I was like,
So you petty not watched it because you didn't like her?
No, I just saw an episode. Like, I hate this show. Not a fan of it.
Wow.
Not a fan. Don't get it.
Let's unpack that. Are you sure it was a show or her?
Yeah, was
The
Maybe
show.
you should get Ted Lasso a chance. Maybe you'll like it.
Eh.
By the way, speaking of great shows right now, I've gone to the Casa Amor section
Oh,
of
no.
Love Island, which is always the big twist of the season, where they separate the men and women. The women go to Casa Amor, or the men, it doesn't matter. They split them from the villa and Casa Amor, and then they bring in new hotties, and then you see who's really loyal.
I'm already down for this show.
Greatest episode of the season is the reveal. Do they
You
walk
know-
through that door with the new honey, or do they stay loyal? And when they don't stay loyal, and the other one did, fireworks. Greatest show on reality TV.
Fireworks?
Love
So
Island.
let me get this straight. So there's a whole bunch of crackheads on this beach.
What?
Wow.
Work
what
with
are
me. Work with me.
you- It's not a beach.
Or wherever it is. I'm just.
You're thinking about Too Hot
Let me
to
cook,
Handle
let me
or
cook.
something like that.
Let-
No,
let
we
him-
should go Milf Manor.
and-
He's building something here. Let him cook.
Okay.
And basically, they are basically at the rehab place.
Yep.
In a secluded area.
Yep.
And everybody's doing good.
Everybody's.
But
in
then
love.
they put them in a room and walk by some crack
That's right.
and tempt them
It's
to go to
Correct.
get off to go on the wagon.
As soon as everybody is in love on Love Island, Casa Amor hits.
Oh, and it gets too comfortable.
When it gets too good,
Yep.
they're the greatest. These are the greatest producers in television history. Whenever something gets a little too comfortable, new hottie comes in. I don't like
Or
it.
they do just one, or they do a bunch.
Well, there's no Casa Amor. It's a game changer because it's 6-on-6, and then
So wait, so they leave, so they send the men to the house,
yep,
and then they bring new men out
new
to
men,
the girls.
and then for the men, new girls.
Oh.
Everybody gets somebody new,
Watch it, Leroy.
Oh.
and they're British.
You know, I gotta say, I watched, I think, 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't really intrigued by it.
Oh, you're missing out, Jim. I'm telling you, this is better than the Tommy Fury season.
So wait,
I don't know how I feel about that.
so let me.
If you haven't gotten to the Ron and Lana drama, then you don't know. It's the greatest. He is such a dumb, and that Tom is such a dummy.
Tom, is that the one that I thought was cute? And that's it?
Yeah, everybody thinks he's cute. I mean, look, he is handsome, but he's a dummy.
Well,
Like he keeps making out with girls and getting caught, and goes, "I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened." Tom, you're a handsome dummy. That's what happened. You keep letting your lips on other women, and they get mad at that because you tell them you're in love.
Sounds like someone from Real World Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So this sounds ridiculous.
No, dude, I'm
You
telling you,
can't.
greatest
so it's
thing in
called
television.
Love Island.
Yeah,
But once you get in love, we gonna rotate.
Casa Amor.
to test if you're really in love, they give you a
Exactly.
challenge, and you have to overcome the
Exactly.
challenge. That's
That's what makes
so
it
is
great.
Tobin. He's in love right now, but if you bring a new hottie through,
His head is turning
Facts have
real
changed.
quick.
In a
Facts
lot of
have-
ways, I am like an NBA Ron. You know,
Oh, is that why
Huh?
you don't like him?
I don't know. Maybe I see too much of myself in him. That's possible. I mean, I have 2 good eyes. I mean, he's blind in one eye. Idiot.
Oh my god. Is this break time?
It is. It is.
Trevor, push the damn button.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you up until, what are you doing out there, dude? What's
home, man?
Huh? You talk about home? You talk about New Orleans with Dan Day?
Yeah.
It's like a requirement when you guys are together.
Yeah. They still rebuilding where I grew up.
Jeez. I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at the Twitch.
What happened?
Somebody just yelling that Trevor pushed the damn button has to become a new drop, and I agree.
We all sitting there looking at
we're all just waiting.
I'll help you mark
Trevor
that.
filling in for Marcos today. J Fig, she's in her lair. I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, what are you doing, J?
Hey, what's going on in that lair over there of yours, J Fig?
I'm talking about Scooby.
Can you guys
Do you
can
hear
you pot her up there, Trevor? Go ahead. What's going on in your lair over there, J Fig?
Are you talking about Scooby? Were you able to hear him?
No.
Oh,
Why? What is he wearing pajamas?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, -1.
-1, dude.
That is not a doll. Look,
-1.
He's looking at the screen. Can you believe this? She got me dressed up in this ridiculousness.
He really does. He has a face of shame.
Yeah.
It's every time he's on camera with you.
Really?
Yeah.
One might say you might say he's camera shy. Another person might say it's a call for help.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Let's
I mean,
say that about my
David
vlog.
sent us a picture of Scooby supposedly bringing her an outfit.
Yeah,
It's
that's
true.
really- that's
Oh
not
we
my
were like, no
Sometimes
chance.
I
is
literally
that
tell him,
real.
like, do you want to change your shirt? And he instantly goes crazy and then puts his little head through the little hole.
Now he's dressing himself. Now he's dressing himself.
Scooby.
That dog
needs help.
right there.
The dog's like, I'm crying for help right now. Please
Yep.
help me.
Look,
Scooby, are you sad?
Yes, I'm very
He's
sad.
looking at
Take
you
me
like,
out of this sweater,
what do you
please.
think?
Take me back to
Stop.
2004 where a sweater vest was good for the dog.
Is he licking you right now?
No.
Oh.
No, he's not doing anything. He's giving. There's no signs of affection there because he's miserable that he's in an outfit. Look at him. He's looking now. Can you believe she has me in an outfit?
Help! Help!
Help!
It's cold in here.
Really?
Define cold.
He
Define
lives
cold.
in
Define
South
cold.
Florida.
Because you're in a tank top.
He has fur.
I like the cold.
And he has
Just ask Trevor.
has
He likes
fur.
putting down the degrees in the room.
I'm telling you
Yes,
right
Clean him
now,
up.
that dog is not cold. Okay, he's never been more warm, and it's getting really hot out.
Is he outside? No, he's not.
Doesn't matter. It's not like you're
you
making
bet
it
we
seem-
go
you bet that,
outside-
hey,
he's not going to run in the Iditarod.
you better not let him outside because he's gonna run away.
When we go outside,
And then you're
I
gonna
take it
find his
off.
sweater down the block.
JFig, you're making it seem like you take it like you
He
take him
gonna,
to.
he gonna take that sweater off and run away.
It's like you feel like if you take Scooby to TJ Maxx, he's like excited, like he's like, oh, outfits.
Do you
He
take him
likes
to the
going in
store?
the car.
Do you take him to
No.
the store with you?
No.
I appreciate you not doing that. 'Cause
Yeah.
two people are too loosey goosey with bringing the dogs
Yeah.
everywhere.
Agree.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
like we're not. It's not. It's
This
Yeah.
isn't the
And
dog
it's
park.
not.
This isn't the
It's
dog
not.
park.
It's not little dogs like that anymore.
No, it's just any dog. All you
Any
gotta do is-
dog.
Big dogs.
All you do, buy him a vest on Amazon. Service dog. Let me see that dog's credentials.
Yeah.
Tobin,
Like,
the dog credential guy.
first of all, a service dog does not pay attention
Yep.
to anybody else. He's focused on what he has
Focused,
to do
dude.
with you.
Yep.
So anytime you go to a grocery store and you hear a dog barking, that ain't a service dog.
No.
That's a pet.
Yo, if your dog is sniffing other dogs' butts, not a service dog. Okay. There's no time for friendship while you're servicing.
Point for Tobin.
No time for friendship
When you're
when
servicing.
you're servicing.
I've got some headlines here brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Heat back on the hardwood tonight against the Cleveland
All right.
Cavaliers.
What do we think? Because
Big matchup.
we've had this conversation
Yes, sir.
for the last month.
Yep.
Every time we get all warm and fuzzy about the Heat,
Mhm.
they lose by 30.
Big matchup.
Now I will say this: the thing that has me a little worried is that they have a couple of bona fide scorers, and sometimes having those two weapons like that tend to get the Heat in a little foul trouble. That being said, I will take a loss under these conditions. The Heat make 15 threes, because then I can see something building. But if they make 8 threes and win the game, I'm still going to be nervous. You see what I mean? I want to see that something that was deficient early in the year has picked up.
I mean, that's how they beat. I mean, last time they beat them on the road, they hit 14 or 31 from downtown.
Right,
but that's not a high scoring game. It was 197.
But that's what I'm saying. I need to. I want hope. I want hope right now. Look, I'm a fan, but can we really say we have hope that this is going to turn around after seeing it for one game?
Schmeathan says Donovan Mitchell going for 50 burger just for revenge on Pat Riley. Listen, Tyler, show out tonight, dude. Okay,
it ain't gonna be Tyler.
Do it.
It's gonna be Vic, and it's gonna be who's gonna start?
Vic
Gabe.
start.
No, but I'm saying Gabe is gonna start. Then Vic's gonna come in. Those are the two guys that are gonna go.
I know, dude. But the guy that everybody like, Tyler Hero, Heat fans aren't gonna let the Tyler Hero, Donovan Mitchell thing go up until you're either past them in the playoffs or get further than them, because they're gonna think like, oh, they didn't give up Tyler Hero for Donovan Mitchell. Which is not fair, but that's just how fans feel. And it didn't help that Bam was out there and he's like, liking tweets about Donovan Mitchell not coming to the Heat. And I love Bam, but he's like, oh, well, the media made it a thing. No, he didn't. You did. You guys were out here buddy in the Miami Pro League. Best friends. You guys are best friends.
What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, dude, what are you talking about? We're sitting here, they're hobnobbing the entire summer, playing in the summer league together.
Have to do with
and
anything?
Then all of a sudden the trade doesn't happen. He goes to Cleveland, and Cleveland's been really good this year. And people are like, didn't trade for Spida. Wouldn't give up Tyler Hero for Spida. That's why Tyler Hero needs to show out.
Wouldn't get anybody happy if you had to give up Tyler Hero. You were leading that charge also.
What are you talking about?
No trade was going to happen that included Tyler Hero. You don't shake your head. You were saying the same thing.
No, I wasn't. I remember having the conversation. You said, are we getting Kevin Durant? I said, no, I think we're getting Donovan Mitchell. And I knew you would have to give up Tyler Hero for him. But they didn't. So, Boy Wonder's got to show up tonight. Big matchup. Shut him down. Light it up. It's your house. Boy Wonder. Baby goat.
Idiot.
If he's Spida, you be the Green Goblin.
What?
If he's Spida, you be Doc Ock. Hit 8 from downtown.
It didn't go well.
Turn his ass into Peter Parker.
It didn't go that well for any of those guys you mentioned.
Well, in the initial battles, sometimes it did,
I mean, it was baby Spider-Man. He just became a spider.
Fine. If he's Spida, you be Venom.
I'm trying to work with you here.
No, I'm telling you, dude. Show Bam as Mary Jane that you want to be in love with Venom, not Spida.
What?
Yep.
Oh.
If he's Spida,
Mary Jane from Spider-Man.
Let me tell you something, Tyler.
No, I know what he's talking about.
No, Tyler, let me tell you something right now, okay? Tyler, if he's Spida, you be the water spout, dude.
-1. Quickly.
Why?
-1.
He went. Didn't he go over the water spot?
What?
Leroy, don't fall into this.
You're right.
Oh
if he's Spida, you be the rain and wash his ass out.
So now
-1.
we've gone from
the ABCs.
watching Perk and JJ Redick go at it to doing Itsy Bitsy Spider. You're special. You are special.
I'm not special. I'm telling you right now, it's show out night for Boy Wonder. Light this place up like a Christmas
you
tree.
do this all the time.
No, dude, I'm telling you right now. He goes
So
in
what
there.
does he have to do?
Tyler, I want a 30-piece tonight. At least. At least. With 5-ski from downtown. Not asking too much. And then you throw 3 lobs to Bam. You show Spider, I got better chemistry with him. Nothing like that Bam, Tyler Hero 2-man game. One of the best scoring duos in the league.
All right.
Why are you dismissing it? I don't understand this. Why can't I put a little stakes on tonight's action? It's a big game.
But you writing a check with somebody else's ass.
That's okay. That's because I root for this guy.
That don't mean nothing. You still can't write checks for him.
Listen, they call me the accountant, dude. All right, I can write I can write some checks.
The accountant.
What?
Can you do my taxes then?
No. God, no. Enough of a
You-
pain in the
you're
ass on
like
my own.
Ben Affleck, that accountant.
What?
What did he have? Didn't he have autism? What was that movie he did? Him with
Something like that, yeah.
My cousin Vinny?
Huh?
Not my cousin Vinny.
Ben Affleck wasn't him.
-1.
I got it.
Listen, Tyler, let me tell you something right now.
The chick from Pitch Perfect was in it.
Rebel
It
Wilson?
was no. I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to look for it for you. It was Anna. Is that her name? Anna
Hendricks.
Anna Kendrick. Anna Kendrick. Anna Kendrick. I saw it so long ago.
The accountant. The accountant.
Let me tell you something, Tyler.
That's the name of the movie. The accountant.
Yeah.
That's it, Jenny.
Yeah.
Jennifer. It's the accountant.
If
Were you
he's the
trying to
spider
rescue yourself from what you just said?
from calling her Jenny.
Jenny. I was gonna say I got caught in between J Fig and Jennifer.
Listen,
Love it.
Jenny.
don't be fooled by the rocks that she got.
-1.
I'm still Jenny from the block. By the way.
If he's Spider, you go out there tonight and you be Wilbur.
Stop.
Charlotte's Web.
Oh,
You were Charlotte. Ton.
That's a point.
Point for
Ooh, glad we're talking about sports. we just touched all of the all of the.
You show out tonight, Boy Wonder. Okay. Jimmy Butler's going to be sleepy because he had to go visit Pau Gasol yesterday.
He slept on a plane.
Because who could forget?
You know he took a PJ. Slept on a plane.
Is plane sleep equal to regular sleep? You're
Yeah.
going over
Yes.
time zones.
Yes, if you're on a plane with you or just one other person, and you can lounge it back, and you could be out if it's not too bumpy. Me, I'm terrified.
If you're not on Spirit.
Look, how about this? He ain't on Spirit. How about this? Soon as the captain turns on the engine, my hands start sweating. That's how nervous I am flying. It's the worst feeling in the world. I hate it. I would rather never fly, and my favorite show is Mayday Air Disaster. That probably doesn't help. It's a cool show though.
Airplane
Really?
was wild. Great movie too.
He just did a U.
What?
I'm talking about Mayday Air Disaster and flying in a private jet and sleeping. He goes, Airplane was a good movie too.
We'll take a break. Back after this.
AM 5.
15 minutes of heat here for you on 560 WQAM. Miami Heat back in action tonight. 7:30 tip-off from Miami-Dade Arena. Heat, Cavs. Are you eating bacon right now?
I think I got a piece of bacon that doesn't chew.
Oh, man. You guys can text show at 305-567-0560. Text writes in, -1 for Jenny from the block. That's
-1.
I feel like I already got hit with that. Double
And
punishment.
you did the whole rock thing. That was just ridiculous. But you have a tendency to do that. Wow. ACC basketball at its finest.
I love that 2-3 zone over there.
Guy says a few weeks ago, Jimmy Butler told Tommy in an interview he's prioritizing off-the-court deals. You think he might end up with the Lakers in Hollywood? No, I don't, actually. I don't.
That's a bad
He
take.
told that to Tommy Tighe? That's kind of cool. But obviously, yeah, you want to know why Jimmy Butler's prioritizing off-the-court deals? I'll tell you why. Because he's going to make $1 gazillion on this coffee. I'm telling you right now. There's something about this big face coffee. It's going to take off.
He only has 2 of them.
Doesn't matter. Like, all you need is a brand and some backing. This dude is going to be the next Starbucks. He's going to make $1 gazillion. He'll make more money from that than he did from his NBA career.
I mean, most of the guys do.
Not most of the guys.
LeBron makes
a lot
more
of
money.
stars do.
Yeah.
Yeah. This coffee thing will be his thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be in LA for that.
Yeah.
The beans suck in LA. I don't know that to be the case.
It was a coffee.
I would be worried if the Seattle Supersonics came back, though.
I got to tell you, ever since Vegas, I've never found anything to interest my coffee drinking. I'm done. They had the little cart.
You were addicted.
They had the cart. That coffee was so good.
Yep. A barista.
And I came back here and I tried all of the coffee places, right? And it tastes like water.
Did you try Pasión del Cielo?
Oh, that's my drink.
What's that?
Damn, I fell right into that.
Cielo. Passion of the Ice.
Cielo, it's sky.
Oh, I thought you said Hielo. That's a different drink then. I'm sorry.
What is it?
It's a coffee shop. It's just like a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Where is
one of
this
those
place?
things.
It's
They're
right down the road.
everywhere.
It's right down the road. And actually, that drink is actually named after me. I'm good friends
It's not
with
a drink. It's a shop.
What?
I'm very close with the Passions. In fact, I am one of them.
I didn't know they had a coffee named Jackass.
They do. Well, okay, so that shop has coffee from everywhere. So they have Cuba, they have Colombia, Puerto
Like
Rico.
a world of coffee instead of a world of beer.
Exactly.
Texter writes in, if Tyler goes for 30, Leroy has to join Tobin on the next song. What you think?
Yes. Lock it in.
Big Yurt followed me yesterday.
Wait, that's breaking news, though.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
What?
That was breaking news last night.
Well, I just shared it down for everybody, so it kind of is breaking news. They just don't want it to be breaking news, Trevor, because they're salty because Big Yurt doesn't follow them.
It's a good
doesn't.
follow to have, though.
No. Here's why this is difficult for us. Because we do a show every day when he wanted to package Big Yurt in a box of ho-hos for anyone else.
You can
wait.
us all you
His
want.
exact
We
word.
know.
Ship Big Yurt out of here. He doesn't play. Bring back Gogi. That was his exact words. Then next thing you know, we all of a sudden harmonizing over a Big Yurt song.
That's my guy.
And like
Harmonizing.
That's my guy. Big Yurt.
The song's needed to make a comeback, anyways. We've had one all year,
I know.
anyways.
People are
I
waiting.
mean, that's because he's been too mad.
I got another one in the drafts, but I'm not ready to drop it yet.
He needs a ghostwriter to prove it. That's what it is.
I can approve it for you.
It's actually not a question of ghostwriting. I don't know if I can pull this one off, but I'm not going to say what it is. Obviously,
You can definitely pull it off. I can see
You
it.
can
I'm not
trust
sure if I can
me.
pull
I'll
it
let
off.
you know.
I'm usually
I'm a
more
music
in like an
student.
80 ballads kind of type of guy. The type I'm trying to pull off here. I'm not I
Like
don't know.
White Snake.
I'm trying to.
No, like he sits over. You want to be the big hair.
What I want tonight is the Heat to kick the Cavaliers' ass. That's what I want.
It would help.
They need it.
Anytime,
I don't know how much
I like anytime you can beat the teams ahead of you and gain ground. You never know what can happen.
They're huge. It's a huge 2 games. It's a huge 2 games coming up. There's no doubt about it.
But here's what I want.
Mhm.
I want to see good basketball for longer than one game.
I thought you were going to say longer than 1 quarter.
You can win only playing 1 quarter.
Yeah. It's usually how it goes for Miami.
Right.
How's this going to go? I don't know.
Give up 70 in the first half and then hold the team to 35 the second half and come back and win.
Miami Heat basketball. We don't know how it's going to start, but we know it's going to be within 5 in the last 5 minutes.
Oh.
That's just
And
how
I
it's
got to
going
tell
to
you,
be.
and here's what's worse. When they have a big lead
Mhm.
and it ends up being 5, you are feeling it. I'm watching that game like they are not going to do this. They're not going to ruin my night like this. I'm like, yeah.
I'm so comfortable with it now, it doesn't even bother me. Like,
what?
It really doesn't. I've gotten so bulletproof this
I
season.
slapped my jacuzzi water. I was so mad at these guys.
Even the Knicks
I was
game,
like, what are we doing?
the only time I was in pain in the Knicks game was after Julius Randle hit the shot. But throughout the entire experience of it, I was like, no worries, no worries, no worries. I've been so hardened by this season and all of the clutch games.
Yeah.
Like when they give up a 15-point lead anymore, does nothing to me. Nothing. I'm just
Here's
business
Are
as
you
usual.
sure it's done nothing to you?
Nothing, J-Fig.
As a
Because
player,
you've literally gone off for 4 hours.
Yes.
Well, the Hornets game was inexcusable.
As
more
a
than
player,
that, more than just that.
my coach would always say this: if you allow yourself to be in a position where something fluky could cost you the game, that's on you. And so when we talk about the Knicks game, the fact that they were in that situation means somebody could chuck one up in the air and make it.
Yeah, but it was also the ref's fault that they were in that situation.
Yeah.
Let's not forget.
Okay.
You can't forget. I respect what was it a friend or a coach?
Coach.
Okay. I respect what your coach is saying. However, it was the ref's fault.
That was a wild game to
Do
be
you
at.
understand this? I could give this man some information about something that's 100% accurate.
Which I respect.
And he'll go, that sounds about right, but you're wrong. Right?
He's like, Jay-Z, I'll brush it off my shoulder.
He'll say that to him.
No, I really respect what you're saying. That being said, refs.
Oh my God.
And not a true loss.
Dude, could you imagine us spending substantial amounts of time together?
I miss Vegas, dude.
We got to go to Vegas. When are we working on this
Their
thing?
Vegas trip.
Well, I want to work on it. The fight just got announced.
No, I'm talking about, remember they have the UFC week or whatever.
Oh, no, I haven't worked on that. I was going to wait till people came down here to ask them about that.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to hobnob that week.
Okay. But yeah, like not even you boxing, anything. We got to get a week.
I know.
We got to get.
I want to go to Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia.
When's that?
April 22nd.
Can't.
Why?
Right after my birthday.
Oh, where are you going?
Huh?
Oh, is it like? Oh, that's
that Browns backers thing. Yeah, that I signed up for 8 months ago.
I guess I'll just watch it on television.
So wait, when is your birthday, J-Fig? April
19.
Oh, so you just missed being the greatest sign in the world.
You know what? I think I am the greatest sign in the world.
No.
Yeah.
You're close.
You can't just change your title on Twitch to Scooby Loves Me and My PJs and his PJs. You can't do that.
Gonna sneak by us?
Nice try.
No.
-1.
Don't -1 me, Trevor.
Dade South says you're getting mad at the sky for being blue if you let this team get you mad. Yeah, it's been a year where every game has been basically the same.
But that's right. And it's like, this is the epitome of average.
But I can't.
And I hate to say it, but the reality of it is what is happening to this team it's amazing with all the teams above them that have gone on runs, how they could be where they are, and the most games they've won is 4 in a row.
Yeah, but
it's amazing.
Like I'm still upset when they lose, and I'm happy when they win. It's in the game that I can maintain focus.
It's in the game where I get.
But once the game is won, I'm happier than ever.
After the game, I can deal with it.
No,
it's during the game when I see
opposite.
stupid stuff.
I'm opposite. When
Really?
they lose, I'm down. When they win, we back.
Well, you've said that phrase a lot more than you've said in
Trust me.
previous
Listen,
years.
Tyler Hero goes off tonight, all right, and shuts down the spider,
He ain't, first of all, let's be clear.
wow.
He ain't stopping nobody.
If he outguns the spider,
Okay.
never wanted him.
It's amazing that how athletic he is, Spider.
Oh my God, did you see that dunk that he had?
Yes, because he's only what was he
6'1".
6'1".
Yeah.
I mean, he dunks like he's 6'8".
He's got that D-Wade wingspan.
Yeah.
Big time wingspan. It's good.
And he got hops.
He has hops.
So you think, let me get this straight.
Mhm.
All right. We just talk about the incredible athletic ability of one Spider Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
And you going to tell me Tyler going to stay in front of him?
No, I mean, he's going to outgun him. He's not going to stop anyway. Well, Tyler's been sneaky with getting the steals lately.
He did have the Knicks.
He's been
The Knicks. He went all swiper on him.
His instincts, I would say, have really kicked in on some level. Even Spo was talking about this. You know,
Instincts.
His instincts, dude. Don't do that. You're dismissing it. I'm telling you right now. Tyler Hero, he's had a couple of these end of game key situation steals, gets in that passing lane. Whoosh, it's right there. You don't think about it. What?
Because you always.
I'm not overdoing it.
You always overdo it.
Dude, I'm not overdoing it. The coach said it.
What? Here's the thing. If Tyler goes like 5 for 15 and has like 18 points, right? And the Heat struggle a little bit, you're going to be in here so sad. And it's because you always writing them checks. Don't write no checks for Tyler.
Don't
write no checks for Tyler.
No, I'd rather lose betting on red and then looking a fool and having my chips dragged away than not playing the game.
And have all your chips?
Yeah.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Nah.
Because I'd rather have all my chips.
It's the thrill.
It's not the thrill.
It's the thrill,
But
dude.
the
I'm
thrill
telling you
just
right
going
now.
Red black? Sound like fun?
I'm betting on red 14 tonight. Why are you getting upset with me?
I wish I could turn you off like a hose. Just less like silly sauce. And you
wouldn't like me if I was
And
home.
then I go get the last bit of water out of the hose.
See, here's the thing. You kind of like it. Because if I was somebody else, you wouldn't like that.
No. Listen. I admit what we have here is good. It don't stop the fact that you overdo it every single day. Every single day you go too far with something. Pick a topic.
You
It
guys
doesn't
sound
matter.
like you're in a little argument, like a couple's argument. I love it.
Quibble.
Stop
Stolen
quibbling.
McRib also did point out in my last segment of trying to make spider analogies that actually Charlotte did save Wilbur's life. So I guess in this case, I don't want him to be Wilbur to Spider's Charlotte. That being said,
Charlotte's Web. What were we, 5?
What?
Is that first grade?
I
Yes.
was definitely in elementary school when that happened.
Yes.
Well, Charlotte died after giving birth. Spoiler alert. Spiders get old.
Not them spiders in my pool. Holy smokes. And they run over the top of the water.
Oh my God, Leroy, no.
What?
What's wrong?
That makes
You
me
don't like spiders?
No.
I hate spiders too. You know what I hate more than spiders though? Snakes.
I don't even like hearing the word. Oh my
You probably have taken pictures with boa constrictors around your neck, huh?
No.
But
She
you
looks like she has a lot of anxiety right now. She doesn't like you mentioning spiders.
No, it makes me very uncomfortable. I'm already very
my daughter makes me sweep the pool like a FBI agent, like walk around.
I would make my dad do the same.
No, she walks around. Dad, she goes, you get to the pool? I say, yeah. Can you go check? You go, what? He said, you just do one time around the pool. Like, no spiders.
We'll take a quick break.
You ever bust one? And then a whole bunch of baby spiders come out? Oh,
that's
creepy.
Mute yourself.
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy back with you here. Listen, if you guys want to go to the biggest weekend of metal music, Rockville is coming to Daytona Beach May 18th through the 21st. We're giving away 2 passes and a camping pass, and you guys can be there to see Tool, Slipknot, Snakebird, Avenged Sevenfold, Pantera, Rob Zombie, and a whole lot more. You get 1 entry for every hour that you listen. All you have to do is log on to WQAM.com or the Odyssey app and log in and listen to WQAM. The more you listen, the more chances you have to win. Rockville is coming to Daytona Beach May 18th through the 21st. Just listen and pile up those chances. Those tickets are courtesy of
Rockville.
There you go.
Hey, look at what Dade South said.
Dade South sent a video of a bird. Is he tap dancing on the?
He's trying not to get bit, dummy.
Oh,
he's playing the chicken dance.
Well, he says J-Fig would be so conflicted in this situation. Do I root for the bird or the snake? And I think we know that she would obviously root for the snake. She hates birds.
No, I would root for this. I almost said snake. Bird.
Because we know. She'd root for anything except for us. That's how it would
I
go.
would go for the bird. I just said that.
Don't buy it. Nice try, though.
So you don't like snakes either?
No.
Yeah, but she's never murdered a snake.
I mean, you're in heavy metal.
I kind of have.
Haven't taken a picture of with like a big python around your neck or something.
No, thank you. Don't trust that either.
I wouldn't trust it either.
Have you ever touched a snake?
Yeah, of course, dude. Come on. What are you talking about? You ever get like at the Everglades? You ever do the stop at Gatorland? Get the snake and the gator together?
Look at me.
What?
What?
Do I look like I'm going to Gatorland?
Why not? I told you when I went there, Carmelo was there. Mello!
I would not go to Gatorland.
Was he touching gators and stuff?
I thought he got the VIP tour with Lala.
That was a long time ago.
I think it was right before things ended.
Oh.
Because my kids were much I think it was before the pandemic, all that.
No. Listen. No.
Hmm.
I leave wildlife in the wild. I don't need to pet it. I don't need to play with
I
it.
really feel
I
like
don't even need to see it.
I think you and I
Dude, let me explain something to you. Last night, I was watching TV. I was in a jacuzzi. I was feeling great. I was stretching. I was exercising, and something behind me in the bushes moved.
how'd it go?
I don't know. Got the hell up out of there.
Really?
Yes.
You didn't examine it?
No. See, that's what white people do. That's why y'all
Dude,
get.
don't say
That's
that.
why.
That's not
That's
true.
why y'all get y'all heads.
I'm gonna
chopped
be like
off in the-
JJ Redick.
Wait. That's why y'all get y'all heads chopped off in the scary movie.
Don't say that kind of Redick around here.
Really?
Redick or
Is
rhetoric?
it not accurate?
That white
If it's
people
not-
like checking
wait,
out wildlife.
Wait, if it's not, every time we get to a scary movie and something scary happens in the other room, what does the white guy say? Let's go check it out. Right?
Stephen A.
Always, let's go check it out.
Stephen A. I respect this platform, but I will not sit here and listen to
The
you
truth.
spout things like white people like going after wildlife.
I didn't say that.
You kind of did.
I said, y'all always want to check things out.
Why wouldn't you?
Because guess what?
Exploratory.
If it's rustling out there in the dark, in the woods, in the bushes, I don't need to know.
But okay, let's say
One Everglades expedition, you and me. Let's go.
I've been fishing in Everglades.
No, but I mean like us exploring stuff.
No, you try stuff.
Let's go out with like one of the python hunters.
No!
Let's go check it out, dude. That
No!
was so much fun. Think about the content.
No, because I see me out there getting sucked up by one of those iguanas and y'all not being able to.
I say,
Save me.
here's what I say. I say you, me, Tyrone Spong in the Everglades.
Nope.
Let's just check it out.
No.
I think that's how it should go.
No. Only thing I'll do in the Everglades is go bass fishing.
All right, fine.
And I don't trust you with that because you're going to say, let's just go over here and check it out. No.
I did see a video the other day. I don't know if it was recent or not, but I saw it on the I think it was on like the Gatorland or it was Everglades Hollywood Park. There was a couple that was like fishing, and a crocodile chased their lure and jumped into the boat. I was like, "Woo!"
That's why I don't trust them. Nor
Why are you looking
do
at me?
like
I swear,
them.
I'll find the video. I'll find the video. Hold on, so you can see it.
That a gator jumped in the boat.
Yep.
A shark
Well-
wouldn't do that.
Hey, check this out.
Yes.
Take that off the list.
What do you mean? So now you're not going fishing either?
Not in Everglades.
Where the hell is this? I'll find it. Stupid.
That's
signals.
crazy, man. What do you like?
What?
Mm-mm.
Come on, man.
Mm-mm.
We'll
No.
have some fun, baby.
See, that's what he says.
We will.
Right before the black guy gets killed in the scary movie.
Why do you
Come
assume?
on, let's have some fun.
It's like Cabin in the Woods. Have you seen that movie, Leroy?
Cabin in the woods. Wait, what?
Watch him. See, it's chasing the lure.
They playing with it. See?
No.
Whoa! Whoa! Ah!
Told you.
He crawled up. Wait a minute.
Went up
See?
like a
Send it.
spider monkey.
Send
Chip.
it in the group chat.
Let me explain something to you. Watch. He messing with him.
Yep, right up in that boat, J Fig.
No.
So let me
That's
ask
a
you
no.
Let me ask you a question.
Gators can
So
jump, dude.
no. Here's the problem. Hey Bubba, let's mess with this gator. Okay. And they start playing with him.
Whatever you say,
And check.
Clyde.
And then playing with him and playing with the lure in front of his face. They out there catching bass, but they see the gator. Let's mess with this gator. And then you jump on the boat.
Yep.
See, that's you. And that would be me saying, no, let's not play with the gator.
Don't do it. Come on, man. He ain't gonna jump up here. What's he gonna
They
do?
say, well, what's the redneck's last words? Hey, Bubba, watch this.
What's he gonna do? He ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
That there gator ain't gonna be able to jump in this here fly fishing
I
boat.
tell you what, long as I've been fishing, I ain't never seen it.
I know what I'll do. I'll just hit him with my Yeti. And the water will still stay cold even though he's concussed. You ever think about making Tua's helmet out of gator skin? They got a thick skull.
A Tobin skin?
He don't need to know that there jujitsu. All he got to do is have some alligator skin right that there in his helmet.
You're really good at that.
Why don't they just ask us, Bubba? They want Tua to be healthy all year. We'll teach him. Save him time, too. He don't need to be learning no Darsh choke. What's that? You know.
See, Bubba just give him a little bit of that shine. He won't realize anything happened till after the game.
You didn't see that thing that Khabib did to Connor? You know, when he put that there choke on him, tapped out. Just like I'm about to after these Bush lights. Put your lights out. That's what happened to him during the season. You trust this coach? He looks a little bit too much like a know-it-all. I don't know. I like a coach who's a little bit more manly, like that Lions that there coach. You hear what he said? He said if you got one ass cheek or four toes, he'll still beat you. He'll whoop you. That's a coach. We had him right here. Let him go. And who do we got? That there Poindexter. Can't even get the formation right. Always false starting. Get it right. You got all these fast people. You got the cheetah. You got Jalen Waddle. My kid loves when he scores. He does the penguin dance.
This is all wild fishing after the gator jumped in the boat.
That's right.
This sounds like a Nick Saban recruiting tool.
Wait. No,
very
that's
long
the
convo.
new LSU coach. Who
Brian Kelly.
All of a sudden got country. I talked to some of my boys down there. They even said it.
What?
Hey, did you see that interview when Brian Kelly was trying to talk country?
My family.
I said, nobody down here talks
We don't
like
talk
that.
like that
No.
around here. I don't know
No.
what Brian was doing. I knew
No.
one thing. I didn't trust him. But Brian Kelly talk how he want, all he want. But he ain't as horny for football as Mario Cristobal is. That's there, sure. Mario Cristobal sounds like he hasn't gotten some in a long time. Want to know why? Too attracted to football. That's what I want my coach to be. Because he wants practice to be hard whenever it might pop off.
Point for Tobin.
Are you done with me today?
Dude, what the hell is wrong with you?
I'm sure he can do the whole show that way too.
He could. He could. He probably could. Dude,
Yeah.
I just see part of the reason why I would never go out in the wilderness with you is because something bad would happen to me. Not you.
And then you'll start screaming like,
Somebody says the Tire King. It should be the Tobin King. That's what they call me.
Let me tell you. I mean, if you out in the Everglades fishing and a animal that size jump on the boat, I'm gonna say it like this.
It's poop your pants time.
This is what I do. Somebody got to get their ass kicked, and it ain't gonna be that gator. So me and Tobin to be fine. You think there's a quibble? We gonna be in there killing it.
Quibble, dude. All right, everybody. That's our show for today. Shortened version of the show tomorrow, but we will talk to you at 10 a.m. Until then, talk to you. Have a good rest of your day. Go Heat, and hope Tyler Hero outguns the Spider.
That is hot water, baby. Yeah.
Hope you mother have a good day.